Ogallala, Oregon. An Odyssey Sports Station.
Okay, everyone, shut up and look at me.
Primetime with Isaac and Suk.
The less I know about other people's affairs, the happier I am. I'm not interested in caring about people.
Isaac Robb.
I once worked with a guy for 3 years and never learned his name. Best friend I ever had. We still never talk sometimes.
Jason Sukanik.
I also think it's pointless for a human to paint scenes of nature when they could just go outside and stand in it.
Primetime on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080.
Please do not misinterpret the fact that I am talking right now as genuine interest. End of speech.
The Fan.
Dad, what it do?
Ahoy!
What's up?
Did you
Good
start
Friday.
with a bah?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I didn't know where that came from. It was bah!
I said, Dad!
Like a goat wandered in.
Bah. Bah. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Good to be here.
I'm
Happy
not
Friday.
welcoming you. I'm welcoming the listeners.
Well,
You were already here.
It's kind of rude. Well, I mean, you can still welcome you in. You don't have to be a jerk.
Yeah. Welcome to our show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to do some sports for you guys
On
today.
a fun football Friday.
Yeah, I think it is. Although my computer's not working again.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, but we have candy.
Yeah. Do we know who's responsible for a delicious bowl that I'm going to try to avoid of Twix and those Buttercups?
What those are? Reese's of some sort?
That's the Reese's egg.
Oh, okay.
So we left over from it's the pumpkin. So we're into the Halloween candy now.
Okay.
It's officially Halloween in case you didn't know.
Yeah, no, I
We-
know.
we've
You
skipped-
told me that like in August.
Yeah.
You could do a lot worse than a Reese's pumpkin, though.
You
Pretty
can?
solid. Pretty solid.
Why is it just basically Reese's?
Yeah, it's a
peanut
Reese's
butter
without
cup?
the hard edge in the cup. I mean, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
But so it's just a pumpkin shape. There's no flavor difference.
That's specifically why it's good. Is it's not pumpkin flavored. It's just
Okay.
the shape of a pumpkin.
I'm going to do my best to try to avoid that big bowl of candy. And
Why? It's good for you.
That's not good. It's not good because like the fun size candy is dangerous because you're like, oh, it's one size, and then you eat like 9 of them, and you're like, I just ate a full size candy bar times 2. Like that's not a recipe for success.
What if it were a bowl of broccoli?
I would not be tempted in any shape or form.
Oh, really?
No.
I love broccoli.
So you're telling me if I just had a bowl of steamed broccoli there throughout the show,
It doesn't even need to be steamed.
you just raw broccoli, you're just
Sure.
over there munching on it.
Sure.
No dip. There's no fun dip in there. Nothing.
I mean, I'd like a dip,
Yeah.
but no,
no dip.
I'd eat that.
Are you a cooked broccoli guy? Because sometimes that makes the kitchen smell.
Yeah, I like them both.
All I know is like when everyone like goes to the party and someone brings the vegetable tray, guess what's always left?
The vegetable
The
tray.
vegetable tray. There's like 3 pieces taken off the entire thing.
Yeah, a handful of people like a crudité, not the whole group.
So you really need to like the vegetable tray. And by the way, good on Big Vegetable because they only sell the big trays.
Charcuterie board.
In reality, I don't know what the Big Vegetable tray is because I refuse to buy one. But like, can we say that like you need like a fourth? You need a fourth of that, and even then, you're probably leaving with a bunch of leftovers. But they don't. They still serve the big, giant vegetables.
So is
And
that
it's
like?
I think it's also marked up like 4 times because they've cut it for you.
Yeah.
You could do it way cheaper if you just bought the carrots and the broccoli, whatever. But they're like, you're
Yeah.
lazy. You
It's the
just wanna
same
take
thing with
this.
buying like cut up melon. If you buy cut up melon, boy, that's you've made it. You've officially become wealthy when you buy your fruit pre-sliced.
Or you're just lazy because as a father of 2 boys who devour fruit, there are times I go to the store and I look at all the melon I'm going to have to cut and I look at the stuff in the container and I'm like,
Must be nice to be Ryan Buckley paying those expensive white guy sliced melon prices.
yeah.
Woo!
So you're saying the veggie tray is akin to the like veggie pizza order?
Yes.
When you're buying pizzas for a group
And you buy one veggie
and you
pizza.
buy the veggie pizza and then nobody touches it.
Yes. What a pizza place needs to do, and they won't because it benefits them, every pizza that you order should have 1 slice of veggie pizza. You should make 1 veggie pizza, and then when you slice it,
That's a pretty
you
good idea.
remove
Yeah.
1 slice of every pie and you insert a veggie, and then everyone would be happy
Wow.
because there's nothing worse. I think we've all been there. The party's kind of winding down and you're like, maybe you've had a few drinks. You're like, hey, there's 1 pizza left. I'll go over and have a slice. And you open it up and what do you see? Veggie. And instantly you say the same thing. Son of a...
That is a good idea. I mean, I'm sure you could ask a place to custom do this, but like, let's say you're getting a combo. why couldn't they just leave like the pepperoni and sausage off of 2 slices and
Yeah.
continue with the peppers
Yeah.
and onions or olives or whatever?
I've never thought about that, but I'm in.
Pretty simple solution.
I'm in.
It's the way to go.
Well, there has been, for the longest time, we have been sold this bill of goods that when you order a pizza, you have to just order one half.
Yeah.
One half has to be one way,
Yeah.
and the other, that's it. You can only split it into halves.
Yep.
That's not true because when you build the pizza, you can easily crank off a slice for something.
Oh boy, crank off. That's
Well,
Can you
You
go
can
ahead,
easily,
Bud?
yeah.
Can you go ahead and cut the Rob cranking off over there? Because that's something.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
–
Why is it so hard to
Why-
create?
yeah.
And look, and when you're cranking off one slice, as Rob likes to do, the edges, there may be some spillover, but that's fine.
That is
We
fine.
don't need it to be exact.
I agree.
Ballpark that son of a gun, estimate it. You should be able to call up you should be able to call up Bellagio's and like, hey, you know what? I need a pepperoni and sausage, and here's what you do. 1, maybe 2 slices. Let's throw a veggie on there, will you? And like, does that take there's 2
Well,
extra bucks in it for you. We're good.
I think the fear, perhaps where they're coming from, is this is a can of worms for them.
Yeah.
Because now people are going to start ordering a pizza with 8 different types of slices. And you
Yeah.
can't do that.
But here's the thing.
You can't do that.
You know what? We got to stop with it's a slippery slope,
Yeah.
right? There's rules. This isn't nom. There's rules. And so you just simply say, right? Much like the halves of the pizza, I put right on my pizza menu, you get a 2 slice option. If you want the veggie, we even call it.
But it has to be the same
Yes.
thing. It
Yes.
can't be. They can't make
It's
two-
not a custom 2 slices.
Yeah.
It's you can leave things off 2
Yes.
slices.
Yeah.
We get 2 slices, and we call it the Trivial Pursuit. Remember, like the pie wedges? I will give you 1. Remember that damn brown wedge in Trivial Pursuit, which is like literature and no one could ever get it? I'm calling it the brown wedge. And I'm going to give you 1 little section of your pizza that you can do your supreme or you can do your veggie. And outside of that, go to hell. We're doing normal pizza. We set rules here. It's easy. And someone calls up and like, I want 9 different. Well, that's not happening. You may want it, but this isn't the way we do it here. But I think we would all benefit because I think we've all suffered from the awful feeling of, I would like another slice of pizza, and the only pizza left is the stupid veggie pizza that no one wants. Nobody.
Did you know they changed the arts and literature piece from brown to purple?
Did they?
Yeah. Did
too
you guys
much-
know that?
No, I did not. Is that because it's
don't
not
know
only
why.
is it the worst category, but it's the poo? Like it just no one wanted
It
the
wasn't
brown.
vibrant and dynamic enough for Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah,
anymore.
I do feel like that's it. I feel like people were just absolutely
just dogging on the
yeah.
brown.
They're like the brown is so bad.
Yeah.
So they're just like, oh, we'll change the color, and then they won't know.
Yeah.
They'll think it's new or different.
No,
but it's not.
It's not. It's the same literature that like only your grandfather or like your weird autistic sister, that's the category she lives for. The rest of us are like, oh my God. The end of the Trivial Pursuit game is just like 4 players just all trying to get the brown. Just circling
Well,
that one brown
I mean,
section.
look, we all 3 of us can probably agree. Orange.
Yes.
I mean, dude.
Orange is the way to go.
We had an
Yes.
advantage.
Yes, that's
with
the sports.
orange.
Yeah, sports and
Sports.
leisure.
Yeah.
And then peak was,
Easy.
the entertainment. That was pretty good. You could do that. Blue was, I think, geography. Felt pretty good about that. And you got into the brown, you're like, oh my God. Yeah, that's like when you recruited Grandpa, and he was only good for that one thing. You're like, Dad, Grandpa, you're there for the brown.
But you nail one of those, and you feel like the badass of the group all of
Oh,
a sudden.
yeah.
Hey, do you want some arts and literature questions?
Yes.
You do?
Sure.
These are the
Okay.
Give me the brown. Now the purple.
What nationality was Chopin?
That would be Chopin, and I believe he was French.
See, I'm already off to a rocking start.
Is that right?
He's Polish.
I believe the correct word there is yarmakula that you're looking
That's
for.
right. Yeah.
What did you call him?
It's Chopin, though, right?
Chopin.
Chopin?
Yeah. Well, I don't know who that is. Who is
You
that?
didn't know who Chopin?
I think he's a composer. I
He's
think he's
one of the
a
most famous of like
musical composer.
Frederick
Symphonies.
Chopin, or as you said, Chopin.
Well, he called him
Chopin.
Chopin,
Chopin.
but he's Polish. What is the best known artificial international language?
Artificial.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that
Like
This
made
is why
up?
arts and literature sucks.
Like
artificial.
made up. Oh, Klingon?
Yes.
Is it Klingon?
No.
What is an
Like Trekkie?
artificial?
I'm just thinking of a.
Esperanto.
What the hell is that?
I don't
even-
know.
I don't even know what that means.
Who lived at 221B Baker Street, London?
That is
Sherlock
Sherlock
Holmes.
Holmes.
There you go.
Ha ha! right? And that's the one question that me and Buck are sitting on. And if one of us had got it and not the other one, we'd be like, you son of a bitch. You get the one question that anyone knows. Yeah, like every fourth one, there might be something that you could get.
Who cut Van Gogh's ear?
Him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Salvador Dali live? Oops. Yeah, where did he live?
Cuba?
Spain?
Figueres?
Sure. What?
Yeah,
How do you
so
how do you even spell that? What was that word?
Oops. It says
Figueres?
Figueres. Who painted the Mona Lisa? You guys know that.
Da Vinci. That would be Leonardo.
What Spanish artist said he would eat his wife when she died? God.
Oh.
Ew. I don't know. Let's go with
Gaudí?
Picasso.
Dali.
Oh.
Like
So Dolly was Spanish. You said he was Figueres or whatever.
No, that's where he lived. I'm just reading
That might
the
be in
card.
Spain.
I'm reading the cards.
Okay.
Who wrote Julius Caesar, Macbeth, and Hamlet? Okay, that's easy.
Bill
Gates.
Bill Shakespeare.
Now I have to sign up. Okay, well, there's our
There you
free
go.
arts
Nice.
and
There's
literature
your
test.
Brown.
How about
There's
that?
your
We're all more
Brown.
cultured today because of you.
There you go, guys. Let's get back to the orange
Let's get back to Chopin.
Chopin.
I believe it's Chopin. I heard it on the radio. And Megan Rapinoe and Frederick Chopin.
Well, we're about to choke it up over some football.
That's right. Let's go.
What was his first name?
Frederick, I believe.
Frederick. Oh boy, he's an ugly mf'er.
Am I right?
Ooh, yeah.
I think
I think
everyone
it's
in Germany and Poland in that time was either named Frederick, Frederica, Wilhelm, or
Ooh.
Wilhelmina.
he looks evil.
Well, again, it was the olden days.
Yeah.
They all look evil. No one was happy.
See if we can find some fun facts here.
It's the middle of the 1800s. If you were born in 1810, you think life was good? No, it wasn't. Probably had syphilis, bunch of weird stuff. You smelled a lot. There's no plumbing.
YouTube asking if Rop is going to spin us some philosophy from Socrates.
I might. Boy, I tell you, I'm reading through his Wikipedia. There's nothing interesting.
No, other than he was a great composer.
That's what they say. I don't. I'll be the judge of that.
Another YouTuber says they're ready for us to crank off some Chopin.
Just crank off a slice or two.
What, he's a pianist, right?
He
That's
is a
right.
pianist.
Why don't you pull some up? Let's listen to him.
Sure.
See what we got. Yeah, boy. Longest. He gets my vote for the longest Wikipedia page that is the most uninteresting. Because usually when it's long,
Yeah.
there's cool stuff in there. Boy,
Nothing?
not so far.
Okay. No diseases, didn't cut an ear off, nothing strange.
No.
No gay lovers.
He is dead.
Well, yeah, I would assume he's...
No gay lovers?
Well, I don't know. That could be
Not
kinda,
yet.
That could be scandalous back in the day, right?
Yeah.
You know, Lincoln style, kind of hiding everything down there. Even though that's never been confirmed, there's weird stuff. Dude, he slept with another dude in his bed for a number of years while his wife lived away. That's a little, it's scandalous.
Bloop, bloop. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, of course.
Now you're getting...
This is Chopin Nocturne Op 9, number 2. I don't know what op means. It's
Why
OP,
does
not-
piano music have such weird names?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why can't they just
he
name it
was
something
Polish.
cool like,
This is your super awesome mixtape, volume 2.
Yeah.
This is Chopin Awesome Mix Piece.
Name it
number
something
9.
that we want to hear.
My guess is there's some of those are it's an A flat or A minor. I mean, I love how you're criticizing one of the great composers of all time for naming his songs.
I'm sure he's great, but kind of lame.
Hmm.
All right, well, should we get going here?
Let's go. Let's crank one off.
Talk a little sports. Crank it out. Who's ready for some lakeside football?
It's called sports.
I know this guy is.
Let's do it.
That's next
I was a lie.
on the Fan.
He's
Why did I say that?
Listening to
I think the YouTubers are right. They requested this today. We play requests here.
I mean, it's what we do.
And I think we should play this every Friday at 3:15
I
to
like
open the football.
Just to get us in the mood.
Yeah.
And it's not often you get Chopin and Kenny Chesney in the first 20 minutes of our show.
You
Well,
mean,
I mean,
you
it's-
mean Chopin.
Chopin.
It's really
Chopin?
kind of the
Yeah.
same thing. It's Kenny Chesney, a modern day Chopin.
That's fair.
I would like to give you some props though, because I was desperately trying to find hot fun facts about Chopin,
yeah,
and I found one.
yeah.
And to your point about life back then,
Mm-hmm.
they said that he was frail and ill most of his life, and they said when friends would visit him, he couldn't move, and then he died. He died at 39. He got tuberculosis and kicked.
Welcome to the world of the 1800s. Like I read
It
a
was
lot
just
of
normal.
I read a lot of history books, and never once have I been reading a biography or learning about someone and thought to myself, what a great life. I wish I was there. It's always like, oh my God, this is terrible.
This is probably the most fun fact about Chopin,
Yeah.
and that is that he wanted a heart transplant,
Mm-hmm.
but he died before I mean, obviously they weren't going to give him a heart transplant, but
no.
that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
And so he gave his heart. He had a fear of being buried alive.
Sure.
So he wanted his sister to take his heart with her, and she did. So preserved by alcohol,
Oh.
his heart is now sealed in a pillar of the Holy Cross Church.
Huh. Where's that?
Uh,
Somewhere in Poland?
let's go Poland.
Okay. So that's weird. Again, it's the olden days. I love that, like, they didn't have soap or antibiotics, but I want you to give me a heart transplant.
Take my heart out and put it in some bourbon
So maybe
or some
Chopin,
whiskey.
great composer, a little bit of a dreamer and not really based in reality if he wanted a heart transplant.
Poor guy.
Well, it's kind of weird that your sister just put it in some. By the way, alcohol, is there anything it can't do? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Just
Well, those were his wishes.
drop my liver in a bottle of Lagavulin and let's do this.
So when you're watching Oregon Northwestern tomorrow, you might be shocked
Yeah.
when you tune in. For those that don't know, because Northwestern is playing in a temporary stadium,
Yes.
and the temporary stadium, because they're building a brand new flashy facility,
Mhm.
it seats 12 to 14,000.
And I'm not certain it's going to be packed.
It was built. Well, I mean, if any Northwestern game is going to be packed, it's probably this one.
Again, I state for a fact, I'm not sure it's going to be packed. It's Northwestern.
I've
Well,
seen
I-
speculation that Duck fans could outnumber Northwestern fans
Oh, wow.
since it holds so few.
Well, there probably are a lot of Duck fans there. You know,
Chicago's
Chicago.
is a place like New York or LA where there's transplants from everywhere.
Well, I would
Good
tell
trip.
you too, like if I was a Duck fan and I just was looking for a cool trip and I didn't really care about
Great
the game,
road game.
Yeah, you go there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Chicago's one of the best cities in America.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like if you're gonna get Northwestern fans, it would probably be this game because it's it's a good. I mean, you're hosting a top 5 team, right? Are they top 5 yet?
Yes, they are fourth.
Oregon, fourth.
Yeah.
But anyway, they built this stadium specifically as a temp stadium. So it originally only had 2,000 seats, but they added. So what's going to be weird about it when you see it? Not only is it just going to look small, but one side is completely open to the lake, and the other side only has 2,000 seats on it.
It's a really cool,
The
like
12 to 14,000 seats that they added, or in this case, I guess 10 to 12,000, are all on the end zones.
Yeah.
So you really won't be able to see that much in the main shots, which I think is going to look really weird.
But whenever I see photos now, I don't know if I have watched any sort of Northwestern football over the years, but when I see like photos of it, it looks really kick ass.
I've heard people call
The
it
new
a
one?
uniquely cool experience.
No,
the
the-
temporary one.
this one.
Yeah.
The new one looks amazing. Northwestern is building some of
Yeah.
the nicest facilities in the country.
But you wouldn't say that you'd want to keep this forever, but people who have visited the temporary one said it's surprisingly cool for being a small temporary stadium.
Yeah.
Well, it's right on the lake, and
Yes.
they were asking a lot of the Oregon players that have played, like in Hawaii, and they were even talking to Lanning, like, how do you get you guys ready for this place? So there's like no one,
Yeah,
it's not going to be allowed.
it kind of feels like you're playing in a high school stadium.
And that's what Lanning said. He's like, I've coached in high school, I've coached small college, like I've done this before. But the one side open to the lake is pretty cool, and the new stadium is worth. They're saying it's going to cost $862 million.
Yeah.
And they're building, so they're trying to be in that by next fall. But that is the most expensive stadium in college football history, and it is going to be badass.
Yeah.
They're saying it's fully funded by private donations. 480 million of that came from the Ryan family, who have their name on it.
Yeah.
And they are the same people who own part of the Bears.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people have been asking the Ryans, are like, hey, can the Bears temporarily play in the new Northwestern Stadium
While they figure out their
while they
situation.
figure out their situation for Soldier?
Mhm.
And they said no, because they're in, I think it's Evanston,
Mhm.
and there's a city ordinance that does not allow pro sports in Evanston. So they
Whoops.
can't play there.
I wonder if you could get that changed, though. Like-
yeah, maybe.
But like anytime you're building any stadium that like college stadiums have been around forever. I mean, when's the last time someone built a new stadium? Like Husky Stadium was tore down and rebuilt, and that was a number of years ago, but it's on the same location. I mean, not many places build stadiums. Like you renovate, Autzon's been renovated multiple times, and normally, like with college, we're just upgrading facilities, but we're not necessarily building new stadiums. Minnesota built a new one. I know
Yeah,
that, and that
that's
was on
right.
campus, and that was pretty cool.
We just renoed KU.
Yeah, you just renoed, but you know,
because we have
there's
a pretty good setting. But you're right.
Yeah.
Well, I think some of it too is like,
cost as well.
yeah, I mean, you got all these sports you gotta. So I feel like Northwestern is going to start a trend here,
Mhm.
and it may not be right away, but I think that when colleges start maximizing the TV revenue, which they're going to do in a couple of years and over the next 5, 10, 15 years,
Big stadiums come along.
yeah, I do. I think that's the next thing, because they don't pay. In reality, I know they're all telling you that, oh, it's going to be so hard to pay these players and all this. They don't pay the players that much.
No.
I think once they maximize their TV money, I do think you're going to start to see some schools, not all, but some schools really put more into the fan experience, because honestly, I mean, Autzon's great.
Yeah.
But it's not the best
No.
in terms of fan experience. This Northwestern Stadium that they're talking about, their theme is premium for everybody. So it's a smaller venue, but they said that the furthest seat away from the action, furthest in the whole stadium, is 136 feet.
Well, I think they took a.
Well, hold on.
Oh.
By contrast, for context on that, at the Big House in Michigan, the best seats are 236 feet away.
Yeah.
So the worst seat at Northwestern is going to be 100 feet closer to the action than the best seat at the Big House. And that, I think, is something that, I don't know, we're seeing it all the time in the NFL and NBA, like premium sort of experiences for fans, because it's more than just about the game. College doesn't really have to do that yet, because people just, the fandom and the tailgating, and it's just all an experience. But I do think that once they start swimming in money, which they will eventually, this is the next thing.
Yeah, and it's only, you said, it's only 35,000 seats. It reminds me of when Minnesota built their stadium. They built an on-campus stadium, and that was their thing. And they're like, we're not going to build this big monstrosity that we can't fill. We are going to build an intimate place that we think we can fill. And it was that same philosophy, is we're going to make everyone close. We're going to make this feel big by putting everyone right on top. You know, like that's a little bit Martin Stadium, right? If you go up into Pullman, I think Martin Stadium seats like 42. It's not very big, but when they fill it up and it's raucous, it's a great environment. So I do think there's an element of, if you're Northwestern, good for you for not building a 60,000 seat stadium that you're not going to fill. Even Husky Stadium, I believe Husky Stadium got smaller. The new one is less seats. You know, they've always talked about, does Autzon need to expand? And I've heard
that's a great question. I mean, that's a big thing that gets bandied about.
And I've heard from Oregon leaders time and time again, they always say the same thing. We'd rather have a ticket demand,
Yes.
and have people struggling to get in than have 5,000 empty seats that we can't fill.
That's the thing. Right now they're filling up like 68, and they're talking. You'd be adding another 12,000. You're not going to get 80 for every game, and you might want the stadium to be more modern, but don't just add seats to add seats.
Yeah.
Question: should the Beavers have added so many seats?
It's still not a big stadium.
Well, how many did they add?
I don't know how many they added, but it's not. I mean, they redid, so you know, it's still one of the smaller stadiums. So, you know, I don't think that's the. I think there's a difference between adding a few you know, when you're redoing something, as opposed to truly expanding, because if you're expanding, you're not expanding by a couple thousand, you're expanding, like you said, by 5 to 10 to 15.
It looks like now they hold 35,000. Before it was 26,000.
Yeah.
But there was a period in 2021 and 22 where it was up to 43,000.
Yeah. Wait.
So,
So they've actually dropped it back down.
So they,
with
they,
the latest
they
stuff?
dropped it down and then went back up to the middle. So they've been as high as 43, as low as 26, and now they're at 35.
And even that doesn't get filled all the time. So I would rather have 35,000 seats that I can pack than 45 and have it be empty, and then in the hopes that I get really good and that I can expand. I think there's something about the intimacy. Now, if you're Tennessee or you're Penn State, by all means, is because you fill it up no matter what. But also, if you've ever been to a college stadium versus these new NFL stadiums, it's embarrassing how nice the NFL stadiums are compared to the college. The college stadiums are a dump. And granted, like the pageantry of it and the band and all that, but if you've been to the new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota, or you've been to SoFi, or any of these stadiums that are brand new, even down to Jerry's World, and then you go into a college stadium, even the big ones like the Big House, dude, they're dumps. They're absolute rat holes because they were all built back in the day, and these NFL stadiums cost multiple billions of dollars. I don't know. And most of those are built with public money. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get to see where we see college places building stadiums nearly as nice as the NFL stadiums.
Yeah, I don't know about as nice, but and renovation is probably more likely, than moving locations.
Sure.
A lot of them are in tight spots on campuses, so they can't really change locations,
and that was
but you can upgrade.
Yes. The nice part about like Husky Stadium is you could go play in Seattle. Like you go play in the Seahawks. But a lot of places don't have that. Like if Oregon decided to tear Autzen down and rebuild it,
they're already, all the other space that they have, they're building other facilities.
Yeah, and that's my point, is you couldn't tear that down and you would have to renovate bit by bit because there's nowhere else to play. And most places are like that.
Yeah.
Seattle is a unique place because it's one of the few universities that has an NFL stadium there that you can go play.
Well, Northwestern's in a pretty cool spot in Chicago,
Yeah.
right on the lake.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to look weird tomorrow.
Yes.
That's all I want to tell you guys.
Well, it won't
Be
matter
prepared.
because they'll win by 40.
Well, I don't know. The crowd, 14,000.
Well, I will say, having played in the Mountain West, I have played in places when you walk out and we had more fans at BYU. We had more fans that traveled than like New Mexico or like UTEP. And I will say, it can be a bit weird because you have to create your own juice.
That's what Lanning said.
And something tells me that Dan Lanning, if you're going to have a guy that needs to create some juice, something tells me Dan will find a way to do
What's
that.
he going to be pissed off about this week?
I don't know. Maybe the smart kids. I don't know.
Well, I read a quote from one of the offensive linemen who said Lanning has been talking about that at least in that position group, they are talking about, their big theme this week is bring your own juice.
Yeah.
You're going to
have to.
That is what they're talking about. So,
because it does kind of suck when you run out onto the field and there's like 9 people in the stands and you can hear like your mom like yelling for you. It's weird, especially when you're used to playing in a big environment.
That's a Dabo Swinneyism. Bring your own guts is what he likes to say.
Yeah, it's not going to be like, let's go whip their ass.
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, we let's go be professionals.
It's gonna be something like some blue collar, like punch in early, get the work done.
I want it to be Revenge of the Nerds. I want it to be like Bully a Nerd. Like this isn't the movies where the nerd wins. This is the movie where the big bully gets laid by the cheerleader and kicks the nerd's ass. Just make it that.
I saw somebody trying to dunk on the nerds saying, "Hey idiots, Oregon is more northern and more western than
that
your
is
stupid
true.
school."
Yeah, why is it called Northwestern?
At the time, it probably was Northwestern.
I think it's Northwest in Illinois would be my guess.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
that would be my guess.
Well, I don't think that's right, is it? Because Chicago's,
or is it just northwest of a bunch of other
not
schools
Chicago,
that came before it?
Illinois. It's not in the state of Chicago.
but it's in Chicago.
Germany's a great city.
And I think
it's not in Chicago.
It's just north of Chicago. But yeah, it's east. Chicago's east of Illinois is what I was trying to say. If you let me finish, Chicago is East Illinois. It's not west, and it's north of Chicago. So
Okay, then I don't know why it's called Northwest.
idiot, pissing me off. All right. Well, good luck tomorrow. 28 point spread.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Punch a nerd in the face.
And I learned
take his
today
girlfriend.
that is the most bet on team this weekend as far as ticket percentage of that game. So 87% of that game's tickets
Yeah.
on the Ducks.
Everybody's on the Ducks. Do you like that?
No, not as the Ducks
I don't
better.
ever like that.
I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still going to roll with it, but
I mean,
don't
some
like
of
it.
them end up being just like, like laughers, and they're right. But I think if you line up, I've always thought that if you line up, I'd like to see the numbers on this actually. If you line up the ticket percentage or money percentage of the top 10 most lopsided games each week, I think you make money betting against them.
Generally
see that.
speaking, yeah.
I haven't seen the numbers, but I would.
Well, in the first 2 weeks, those sides went like 2 and 8 or something.
Unless
like
it's
that.
like you're playing like Eastern, Tallahassee something or other.
But even then, those bets usually aren't that lopsided. Like there's money on both sides. In this case, there's just not many people on Northwestern.
By the way, Northwestern University called Northwestern because its founders intended for it to become the leading university in the region of the American Northwest, a territory that had been known from 1787 to 1803 as the Northwest Territory. They had faith the institution would live up to its name and become the principal universities of that area. So it was in the Northwest Territory when it was founded in the 1700s.
They should change its name. I don't know if they've seen, but we're in the Northwest.
We are more north
the
and
actual
west.
Northwest.
The real Northwest.
Suck it.
All right, up next, how could the AL West be any closer? Here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Brought to you by Big's Chicken. Try their smoked and fried wings, tossed with a perfect dry rub, and served with a killer trio of sauces. Menus at bigschicken.com. First on the Fan. Some troubling injury news for the Seahawks as they head to Pittsburgh on Sunday. Rookie safety Nick Emanwari has been ruled out, while cornerback Devin Witherspoon is doubtful. Our coverage starts here on the Fan at 8 a.m. Kickoff at 10 on Fox. The Hawks are catching 2.5 points on the road. Meanwhile, we will also have the coverage of the big noon kickoff, Oregon at Northwestern tomorrow. That's a 9 a.m. kick. Our coverage will start here on the Fan at 6 a.m. Oregon is laying 28.5 on the road. Plenty of college football action tonight, though. Number 22, Indiana, hosting Indiana State right now. The Hoosiers with the ball first. Syracuse hosts Colgate at 4. That's on the ACC Network. A good one at 4:30 on ESPN. Houston hosting Colorado. The Cougs favored over Coach Prime squad by 4. Arizona and Kansas State at 6 o'clock on Fox. Wildcats a 2-point home dog. And at 7, New Mexico visits UCLA on the Big Ten Network. Bruins laying 15.5 on the Diamond. The Mariners and Astros now tied for first in the AL West. The M's hosting the Angels again tonight at 7:10 on Apple TV. Former Mariner Yusei Kikuchi on the hill for the Halos. Luis Castillo gets the start for Seattle. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley, the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Go George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7, after Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network. FM and 1080 AM.
Hi.
You're speaking Japanese.
No, we're not. We're speaking English to our English-speaking sports fans in the United States.
True story.
Japanese gets spoken at my house, but it's usually when she's trying to insult me and doesn't want me to know. But I still know she's insulting me.
Wow.
This is Isaac and Suk on the Fan.
There's a tone to it.
Yeah, you can probably just tell. You don't even need to. You don't know the words,
No.
but you can feel it.
And I feel it. When it switched to Japanese, I know there's nothing good about to happen in my house.
We are going to switch to a little baseball here because
Do we have to?
Well, I tell you what, that ALS, man, it is.
Yeah, we can talk about the AL West all we want. That's way better.
Could it be any tighter? I mean, you've got the Mariners. If you haven't been following, they have tied the Astros.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last
Texas is only 2 games back.
the last two nights we've gone to 12+ innings for the Mariners, and they keep finding ways.
Boy, they tried to lose that. Was
Yep.
it not last night, but the night before?
Night before.
I was watching, and
They've won 6.
they could not. I think it was like the 10th and 11th, and maybe even the 12th as well.
Yeah.
They had the bases loaded or something. They just could not get anybody home. They ended up winning though, so it didn't matter. But I mean, I don't know how often it happens, but I don't think it happens that often that you have 3 teams in the same division this close with 15 games left.
Yeah, it's nuts. So technically, right now, I mean, the Mariners have the tiebreaker. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the Mariners. If it's
That's big.
the Mariners are in right now, but the Astros are technically tied. And then the Rangers are 2 back, and don't worry because the Rangers have the Mets, and so they'll sweep the Mets. And so
DeGrom's pitching at City tonight.
I know.
That's not going to be good for you.
It's not. I'm fully prepared for
Although
him
they're
to
not
throw a no-hitter.
They're not a very good road team.
It doesn't matter. Have you seen what we're doing? I've already accepted the fact that the Mets are not going to be in the playoffs. And by the way, kudos to the Cincinnati Reds.
Are they hanging in there?
Oh yeah, the media account for the Reds. So last night, I get home and I'm scrolling through and I'm trying to avoid. I'm just trying to just do sports. If it's not sports, I'm just skipping past. So I'm scrolling, and
Gee, why?
yeah, I don't know why. And and the Reds posted out it was like Mr. Met, and he was driving, and in the side mirror, objects closer than they appear.
Yeah.
And it's Mr. Red with the little mustache.
I love that.
And I was like,
Good little troll.
I was like, yeah, what? That's
Good little
yeah,
troll.
because I think they're a game and a half now back. I think the Giants and the Reds are a game and a half back of the Mets.
Okay, here's a question: Mets, Giants, Reds.
I-
Who is the best of the 3?
The Mets
The
are.
Mets are definitely the best
Are
of the
they?
3.
Yes.
Are they?
Yes.
Have you watched the Mets?
Their roster is the best roster
It's
of the
not
3.
even close.
I don't know.
It's really not.
I mean, didn't they send Senga down?
Yeah, well, they were.
He's your ace, right?
I think the Giants are the worst of the 3. I think it's Mets, Reds, Giants in that order.
The Mets are just relying. Like all the kids they brought up, they're almost like 3/5 of their starting rotation are rookies.
Giants are throwing Justin Verlander in an important game tonight. It's not going to go well.
What's he like, 0-11 or something?
He's like historically bad this season.
Why do they keep running him out there?
I don't know, because it's gotten historically a little better.
Well, anyway, here are the schedules.
Yeah. By the way, Senga is about to start a game in AAA. In case you were wondering,
Yeah, Verlander's 3-10 with a 4.1
the
ERA.
New York Post, the
3-10.
opening, the story yesterday was Senga in a good spot ahead of first AAA start as path back to the Mets begins.
Well, they're going to need him. I mean,
Yes!
he'll be back if they make the playoffs.
At the start of the season, he was one of the best pitchers in baseball, and then he got hurt again, and now he sucks.
Oh, you know what? Verlander's going to win tonight. He's only given up 2 earned in his last 3 starts. Let's go!
Did you see the Mariners fan who paid an Etsy witch
Yeah, to put a
to uncurse the team?
yeah.
They are undefeated since then. Did you know that?
I did see the
It's working.
By the way, I didn't know that was a thing. Can I be like an Etsy wizard?
Sure.
Yeah,
Why not?
I will curse or uncurse whoever you want me to for the low. What's a curse cost? Or uncursed? I'm saying uncursed, $79.95. Curse, $35.
Okay.
Well, I think.
Well, what would you do?
I'm gonna curse them.
I know, but how?
You don't need to don't worry about my proprietary wizard ways. Don't be asking my business, all right? Well, don't you need like some blood sacrifice? I got a bunch of dead animals in my yard, for God's sakes. There's that hawk that keeps dropping dead things in my yard. It's like a rabbit.
Plus, it's like a form of black magic, and magicians never reveal their tricks.
Yeah.
So.
Just know it involves dead animals and like some fire, and just go off that. So if you want me to curse someone, what did I say, $35? The uncurse it's going to cost you. The uncurse is it's a little steep.
So the Astros, who generally suck,
Yes.
I think. They have 3 at Atlanta. Then they play Texas.
Yeah.
Then they play the Mariners. So the Mariners Astro series is in Houston next weekend. Huge. And then they play at the A's and Angels. The Mariners have 3 more here against the Angels at home. Then they have to play at Kansas City. Yeah. By the way, Meatball is in. He would like you to uncurse the Royals, please.
He knows the fee. You know what? That's family. That's meat. I'm gonna give him a discount.
15% off?
I'm gonna uncurse for the price of the curse. That's what I'm willing to do for family.
Well, we're playing the Phillies, and that does not. That scares me.
That 30,
I like the Phillies.
You better pony up that 35 right now to uncurse it.
Then what?
They end with the Dodgers.
Yeah, so they play the Royals
But
and
the
then
Rockies
the
are in there.
Astros on the road, and then they have a homestand to finish against the Rockies and Dodgers. Now the Dodgers series is interesting because
They may not be.
playing for anything. They may have wrapped up the NL West, and so I mean, not to say that would be easy to beat them anyway, but that could be a thing. And then Texas is in New York tonight playing the Mets for 3. Then they play at Houston. So Houston has 2 gigantic series, but they get them both at home, Texas and Seattle. And then the Rangers get the Marlins, Twins, and Guardians. So I don't know who has the easiest schedule, but it's really going to come down to those head-to-head matchups.
I'll tell you right now, like, if you're the Mariners, I gotta see where the Dodgers are at, because it may be the M's, right? Because
the Dodgers games the games are in
they're in Seattle,
yeah.
and the Dodgers right now are 2.5 up on the Padres. If you get down to that series and they're not playing for anything, and you're coming off a 3-game set against the Rockies, it might be the Mariners there to take. Because I'm assuming that the Dodgers will rest everyone and set up their rotation for the postseason.
But you can't. I mean, you can rest some guys. You can't really rest everyone. The rosters aren't big enough. I mean, and I think there's also an argument to be made that, and I don't know how Dave Roberts feels, but yeah, get your pitchers. So what they're going to try to do is get their pitchers lined up in the correct way.
Sure.
And so that, I mean, if you're facing Shohei or if you're facing Yamamoto, I mean that. But at the same time, it's not like they're laying down.
No, but you're not even playing for positioning because you're not catching they have the 3rd worst record. Like, they're not going to catch Milwaukee and they're not going to catch Philly. So I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll throw guys.
I think they'll set up their rotation, but it's hard to say
what
that looks like because you don't know the dates and who's up.
Yeah.
Of the 3 teams, Houston, Seattle, and Texas, the Astros are the best road team. They are 500. Texas is the worst. They are 30-42 on the road.
Good thing they're playing the Mets.
Yeah, exactly. So I would imagine that most people think Texas might fade here in the next couple series.
Texas has been the hottest of these teams, although they've all
they're all hurt.
Yeah.
Have you seen their lineup?
Yeah, we talked about this the other day. We were going through, and it's a lot of like, who? Like what?
I'm going to give you their lineup.
Are any of those guys going to come back if they make the postseason?
Yeah, Seager. Well, they're saying Garcia might be back this weekend.
Okay.
And he was hitting pretty well before he went down. Seager's supposed to be back soon, and I don't know about Simeon. He may be out. And then Evaldi's out for the year.
Yeah.
And he's there. He was there.
He was their ace.
Outside of DeGrom, who's had a good year. But let me read you their lineup from the other night. By the way, they just swept the Brewers. Swept them.
Did you see their run? They always say run differential is kind of an indicator of like your team. Like it takes the fluke out of it. The Mariners have a +39. The Astros have a +13. The Rangers have a +91.
Yeah.
And they've been injury riddled for like half the year.
So Josh Smith, I think his name's Josh. Josh Smith.
Joseph Smith? What?
He's been there all year. White Langford, you know him. And then they go Jock Peterson. He's hitting 3rd. He's batting 173.
We love Jock on this show.
I would like to point out, and we do love Jock. Jock at one point was hitting like 109, so it's a monster comeback for him.
Jake Berger is cleanup.
Jakey Burgers?
Jake Berger's had a few burgers.
Yeah.
You seen that guy?
He's a fat home
He's
run
like
guy.
a mini Rowdy Tellez.
Josh Young, regular third baseman, he's in there. And then they got Higashioka catching, some guy named Osuna in right, some guy named Freeman at second, and then Hellman Some dude named Hellman.
I have
3
no
of those guys they called up from the minors just recently.
Yeah,
Michael
no,
Hellman.
I have no idea.
That's who they're running out there, and they're winning.
Yeah, and they're right there.
Marcelo Zuna in the corner outfield and Freddie Freeman at second base. Is that what I just heard?
Hardly.
Is this one of like the Acuna situation? We're like, you got Acuna? Nah, we got the little brother.
You know what it is? It's Bochy doing Bochy things. You saw this.
Yep. It absolutely is.
He never had much offense in San Francisco either.
And he did this crap like with Jock Peterson. He put like Cody Ross out there in the 3-hole, and people are like, "What are you doing?" And then that guy gets him to the playoffs.
It's going to be interesting.
Meat's going to send you 15 in Bitcoin.
Done and done.
He said. All right, we'll get to Friday randoms coming up on the Fan.
Dirt and .1051 FM and 1080 AM.
By the way, the text program says that the odds makers, you
Yeah.
know, they do like the the playoff predictor.
Yeah.
Mariners 92% chance. Houston
Whoa.
76.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
It's got to be based on those schedules we just talked about.
Schedules, and then maybe they have the tiebreaker too.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
But, Houston gets to host their 3 against Seattle, though. That's weird. 92% for the
That's what I
Mariners.
said. I was like, my gosh.
But all of them are like a half game from not making it. Well, I put it this way.
Feels like it's a coin flip for a bunch of them,
yeah,
right?
2 of the 3 will make it, right?
Yes.
Because there's nobody. I mean, my Royals have faded.
No, the Royals are 5 back. The Guardians are 3.5 back. So
Yeah.
maybe, but essentially, yes, 2 of the 3
And
should make it.
well, and Texas is the likely team to not because they're already 2 back. But
Yes.
there's only 15 games left. But I don't know. That's weird. I don't know how they come up with those.
Yeah, I'm trying to look and see what the
I think that's kind of stupid. Probabilities.
Yeah,
but
the
what are the odds?
probabilities.
What are like if I wanted to bet?
That I don't know. I just was looking at the playoff chances. Like the Mets right now, 48.9. Where are the going here to the Mariners? See on this is Baseball Reference. And they have the Mariners at 84.8.
I've got the betting odds here. So who do we want first? Mariners?
Yeah.
Odds to make minus 1,100. Odds to miss
Wow.
plus 650.
Listen, I am only talking numbers here. I want the Mariners to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But am I wrong that plus 650 is a pretty good value?
I would agree.
I mean, basically, that means if you make that bet 6 times, you expect it to win once, and I think you would, right?
Yeah. What's Texas and Houston?
Let's see.
I think the big thing is that Houston hosts both Texas and Seattle. I think that's important.
Yeah.
Because none of these teams are good road teams.
No.
Of course, it doesn't list either of them. It's only listing Arizona, Cincinnati, Cleveland, New York, San Francisco, and Seattle.
I did see today the Diamondbacks are making a push.
Are they?
Yeah. They're only like 3 back of you guys.
They're plus 2,500 to make it, if you like them.
Well, it's interesting.
I already have a ticket on them.
So this
I thought
is-
it was dead though.
So this is Fangraphs and Baseball Reference. And again, I don't. So this is where the person said the Mariners 92. So Baseball Reference has the Mariners just to make the postseason at 84.8, so 85. And they have the Astros at 62, and they've got the Rangers at 52. But
Wow.
I looked at Fangraphs, and they must use a different sort of projection because they have the Mariners at 91.9, 92. The Astros are at 77, and they have the Rangers here at only 27.5. So,
All right.
yeah, depending on how you look at it, it does feel like, at least according to these two, the Mariners are in the catbird seat.
It'll probably be the Mariners and Astros.
Yes.
Now, this one says the Astros minus 310, yes, plus 250, no.
Yeah, I guess with the Astros and Mariners tied, I don't really see why the Mariners
it must just be
are so much.
it must just be scheduled
More of a longer
And
shot.
it sounds like because they're tied
It's
right
not
now,
to
but
win the division,
Mariners
it's
are
to
in.
make the playoffs. So they
Oh,
could still
oh,
not
oh,
win
oh.
the division and
Okay.
beat Texas out for the third
There
wild
you
card
go.
spot.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay, that's why. Okay. Now we're on the same page.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, babe.
Hey, I just got a notification about the Blazers. Remember them?
Oh yeah. That season is actually like right
Yeah.
around the corner.
Yeah. Well, I was reading an article the other day that was talking about Anthony Davis may miss the opener, and I'm like,
Street
opener?
clothes.
What are you talking about? Opener?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's right around the corner, man.
and then he had surgery on something.
Mhm.
I forget. Did you read about that? What his ailment is? I can't remember.
Yeah, whatever.
But then I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that's like 6 weeks from now.
Somewhere Danny is touching himself right now thinking about it. You know me, I will pay attention to the NBA come Christmas, and that's a big fat maybe.
Well, you know me, and you know that I will pay attention to the NBA maybe after the All Star break.
Did you?
You're a loser.
Did you see what the Crypt Keeper had to say?
Dude.
What did he say?
Yeah.
So where was?
Well,
was
wait
it-
a minute.
He was,
Can we?
We should
pause?
probably break.
Can I call a timeout?
Yeah, you
here?
call timeout. You can take the ball.
We got a whole nother hour.
Yeah.
Actually, 3 of them.
Yeah.
So let's do that next.
Yeah. Adam Silver said one of the more.
I have that audio. I played it yesterday in one of my
Great.
reports.
It is one of the
Great.
most idiotic.
Uh-oh.
Billy Madison. At no point did you come close to a coherent thought that I've ever heard a commissioner say.
Okay, well, we'll get to it next.
Yeah.
The Blazers thing, I got a notification. The Allen family estate
Mhm.
has announced formal plans to sell its majority stake in the Trailblazers.
So we have that.
And the rest of the story says nothing. So basically, it's all been out there for weeks.
Yeah.
But the estate is now saying, "Yep, we're selling."
More importantly,
They're on top of it.
Tom, our new owner,
Tom
one
Dundon.
of his partners,
I think I know where you're going here.
Panda Express boys.
Yeah.
Is what? No?
The lady that owns the family that owns Panda Express is a partner in the new Blazers
In
ownership,
the ownership group.
which means
100 points free orange chicken.
Now we're talking, baby.
Not only that, I believe she went to Oregon State,
Yeah,
so
she
she got
did.
local ties too.
Dude, if I go to the Moda Center next year and there is not a combo B platter.
You need an orange chicken giveaway for the points thing. No chalupas, orange chicken giveaways.
Yeah. And I want pandas in the building.
Oh, I like that.
I want to go get a combo B platter with some spicy orange chicken. It's new, it's delightful, and some Beijing beef. I want to sit my ass in that seat and eat some Panda Express and watch the Blazers.
Are you talking about Peggy Chern?
Yes.
She's a Beeve.
Yeah.
She founded Panda Express, and she's part of the
That's right.
ownership group.
Yep.
I'm more excited about this than I am about Tom coming. No offense to Tom. Let me talk to Peggy. I love Panda Express.
You're probably going to get a Panda Express in the arena, right?
That's what I'm saying. If not, I'm going to be pissed. Panda's my favorite fast food. Let's go.
All right. Well, suddenly a lot to get to. Next on the Fan.
The South Florida Bulls are super trendy. I'm Sammy Pete, here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM network. USF is one of the most popular plays at BetMGM, but the line is moving towards Miami. The Canes are loaded, that offense is elite, and I don't think they stop until this is a blowout. Lay the 17.5 with the Canes. I'm Sammy Pete from the BetMGM network. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today, and please, gamble responsibly.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
988 Oregon isn't just a suicide and crisis line. It's also for anyone who might just be going through a tough time and needs to talk. If it's on your mind, it matters. 988 can help with substance use, work stress, relationship problems. You can even get in touch for a friend or a family member. We're here when you need us. 24/7, 365 days a year. Call or text 988 and connect to help.
Stone Creek Golf Club, named Oregon's best public course with greens fees under $100. Designed by Peter Jacobson, Stone Creek delivers scenic views, beautiful fairways, and some of the finest greens in the state. The ideal setting for your next round, event, or tournament. Save time and money. Download the Stone Creek Golf Club Tee Time app to prepay and breeze through check-in. Save even more with unbeatable twilight rates after 4 p.m. Great golf, great value. Download the app today. Visit StoneCreekGolfClub.net for more.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zycam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zycam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zycam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zycam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zycam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zycam.com.
Febreze. It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up with the smell.
right, welcome back. We're going to get to some randoms. I've got a little inspiration for your weekend of partying ahead, if any of you are going to party this weekend.
Ow!
From an athlete, or sportsman, I should say. But first, you were talking about what Adam Silver said. I don't know what he said, but we have the audio. Are we going to play the audio?
We do.
Yeah. What press conference was he at?
This was at the NBA governors meeting.
Okay.
And he was essentially asked by a reporter about the rising cost of being able to watch all the NBA games, them being on different networks and different markets, and how the cost is going up for the casual consumer. And this is what he had to say.
There's a huge amount of our content that people can essentially consume for free. I mean, this is very much a highlights-based sport. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, any service, the New York Times for that matter, to the extent that your content is not behind a paid firewall. There's an enormous amount of content out there. YouTube, by another example, that is advertising-based that consumers can consume.
So don't worry about watching our product and you can't afford it. Just watch the highlights.
They're free.
Because we're a highlight league. Oh my God.
Wait, that sounds a little out of context.
No, that is perfectly in context.
The question he was asked was about the rising costs.
Yes.
I mean, there's a longer, bigger answer.
So he's saying, he doesn't have a good answer, but the best thing he can say is, well, some of our stuff's free.
It's a highlight league and those are free.
May I point out that I believe that New York Times is behind a paywall?
Yeah, a pay firewall if you ask him, which is not what it's called.
Oh.
Imagine.
No, you got it right. Paywall. He said pay firewall.
Oh, is that what he said? I missed that.
Imagine Roger Goodell, though. If he was and was asked the question, hey, now we have games on Peacock and you've got them on Amazon Prime, and are you concerned that your fan base is getting more expensive to watch? And Roger Goodell would simply say, well, a lot of our content's free, and we're more of a highlight league anyway, so you don't really need to watch. You can just consume the highlights for free. How out of touch?
Bottom line, their ass.
How out, he is so out of touch. Now he's got this whole Steve Ballmer thing on his hands, which, by the way, just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
I mean, I whatever you think of Adam Silver, boy, it sure seems like he is ill-equipped and his eye off the ball. It seems like he's so obsessed with growing the game internationally that you're just actively pissing off like your core fan base here, or that you're trying to you're trying to so hard to market to like 18 and 20-year-old kids that don't have any any focus. Just the idea of telling a 35 or a 45-year-old man, don't worry about seeing our best players. You can watch them on TikTok. You can watch highlights, because really we're a highlight league. I mean, what an ignorant statement.
Isn't it funny how when commissioners first start, generally, not all, but generally we're like, oh,
yeah,
I love this guy.
Yeah.
New, fresh idea, seems real smart. And then if they stay for any longer than 5 years, we end up thinking they're a boob.
Start picking them apart.
Those jobs just must be harder than we think.
I mean, still, that's your answer? We're a highlight league, so don't worry. I mean, essentially, you're telling them you don't need to watch our league. Don't worry. A lot of people aren't.
I like Adam Silver, or at least theoretically, but under his watch, the NBA has gotten way worse.
Yes. I feel like that.
And I don't know if that's all his fault, but I mean, he is the commissioner.
Yes. I personally find of the major sports, and it's not even close, I find the NBA by far the least watchable. And I know that's the only game in town. And most of the time I consume the NBA, it's simply because of that, because of our job. And I try to follow what Portland's doing because of that. But from a pure standpoint of what I enjoy watching, I am not tuning into the NBA for my own personal enjoyment.
Well, I just feel like, I mean, we're biased. Let's be honest. I mean, you and I are bigger baseball fans than NBA fans.
Yeah.
And so there is that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I try to look at it objectively and say, is that sport? Because baseball has had, objectively speaking, baseball has had a lot of problems.
Sure.
But baseball has addressed them.
Yeah.
And they haven't all worked, but a lot of them, like the baseball's getting better.
Yes.
For a lot of reasons, and they've tackled those reasons. NBA is not doing. It's almost as if Adam Silver doesn't understand why they're not more popular.
Yeah.
It's like they're not seeing the problems.
Yeah.
When it seems like they're pretty glaring and obvious, but I don't know.
I just couldn't.
Maybe
believe,
it's harder than
I
we
just
think.
couldn't believe when I heard that answer. He kind of laughed. It's a highlight league. A highlight league,
By
so
the way,
don't watch.
How old is Jonah Tong?
Oh, they're all, these guys that they brought up are all in their 20s.
He looks 12.
Yes. Well, and it's weird because the best guy they brought up, McLean, he looks like he's 35, but he's like 24. I think the Tonger's like 22.
Very strange. He looks very young. By the way, leadoff walk, any good?
Just please don't.
Any good?
Don't do
Hey,
that.
big night for the Tonger. Going up against DeGrom in New York City.
Yeah, he just turned 22.
Playoff race.
The Tonger. You think he keeps a bowl of candy in his locker?
What? What does that mean?
The Tonger.
Oh, he's Sam Tung, our sales boy.
They always talk about the Tonger.
Odyssey
Never
joke.
heard about the Tonger.
Gotcha.
The Tong, by the way, if you haven't noticed, he's got a real Tim Lincecum sort of feel to him.
It does, yeah.
He's got that weird kind of
He's like
delivery.
the Asian Tim Lincecum.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's get to the Kahai stuff. It is getting worse and worse. I don't know if anybody's seen that.
It's not. Well, the saving grace for the NBA is there's just so much else going on right now that this is kind of flying underneath the radar, but it's not going to go away.
So we've got that, and then some inspiration for your weekend of partying with audio next on The Fan.
Seahawks football is on. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
A few new developments in the Kawhi Leonard saga with the Clippers. You remember us telling you about that? He was getting paid by a fake company.
The more they keep pulling on the thread here, the more it's clear that the Clippers, whether it's Steve Ballmer or other people in the organization, were paying Kawhi Leonard under the table.
Yeah, so the latest is that a limited partner with the Clippers, so one of the minority owners, was the one who sent nearly $2 million to a now bankrupt company. That's the tree company. Oh boy,
Aspiration.
Yeah, sorry. So now here's what you're gonna get. Not only are you gonna get Sook wallowing about the Mets, but you're gonna get me wallowing about the Mets because I'm watching it too. I should just change the channel, but it's already 1-0.
I should change it as well because it's told you it's not going to go.
It's not.
I've accepted our demise.
So the company was Aspiration, whatever. Okay, so they were the one that paid Kawhi $28 million for an endorsement deal in which he did nothing.
Yes.
And the insinuation is that because Ballmer is a $50 million investor in Aspiration, that's how they circumvented the cap and they were paying Kawhi to do nothing, but they were giving him extra to get him to play for the Clippers. Okay. Yes. So it turns out that one of the Clippers owners is the one who sent $2 million to Kawhi, or to Aspiration to pay Kawhi for his no-show job. Well, now, and I don't know if it's Pablo Torre that's figured this out.
Yeah,
or who
it was. He dropped the latest crumb.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was that back in 2022, Leonard played in 26% of games due to right knee stiffness before the reported $1.75 million delayed payment was made by Aspiration, which that's the payment that came from the Clippers minority owner.
Yes.
The day after it was deposited, Leonard went on to play 82% of the Clippers' total games to close out the season.
Yeah.
Awful coincidence.
Sure seems like Kawhi was like, well, you're late on my payment and I've got stiffness. Oh, we're good. So,
dude.
Yeah,
he had them over a barrel.
Yes. Well, and it's since come out that he was asking for a bunch of these perks to stay in Toronto. He wanted a piece of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean,
which isn't even possible.
It's not even possible.
And they were getting increasingly uncomfortable with it, which is why it was easier for them to kind of move on from him.
And so basically, he's got this uncle that basically it works as his de facto voice, and they were asking for a bunch of illegal ways around the salary cap. So this kind of reeks of Cam Newton, where they were asking one school for illegal money, and then that school wasn't comfortable doing it. And so they end up in another place and we're like, no, we just came here out of the goodness of our heart. So it sounds like he was asking the Lakers, he was asking the Raptors, and that suddenly the Clippers came out of nowhere and he signed with LA. They gave up a butt ton to go get Paul George, which apparently he demanded or he wasn't going to sign there. And now we have clearly this $28 million package that gets worse and worse and worse. I mean, at some point, Steve Ballmer, you look like a clown trying to explain this away as like coincidence. Like, we know what happened. Now the question becomes, what is Adam Silver willing to do about it? Or does he have any teeth at all? Or is he afraid of Ballmer and this is kind of going to get swept under the rug? But Pablo's not stopping. Pablo just kind of keeps grinding on this.
And as people have pointed out, it almost feels as though Pablo puts something out, he waits for people to deny stuff, and then he blasts them with something new that their deniability goes out the window.
Yeah,
he baits them.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
I do too.
But just the idea that
I'm here for
Kawhi Leonard's like, hey, you guys haven't paid me, and Aspiration doesn't have any money to pay. One of the Clippers owners gives him $2 million, and miraculously that payment gets made the next day. And
his knee's feeling better.
And now he's playing the very next day. I mean, jeebus.
Yeah.
If Pablo Torre is finding this out. Look, if Adam Silver doesn't want to find out about this is like when a school investigates itself and then they find out that they've done no wrong. Hey, we did a thorough internal investigation and we found out we're even better than we thought. Like, this is an embarrassment to the NBA.
So I know you like it, the occasional drink.
What, me?
Well, a lot of people think you're Mormon.
No.
Oh, you're not?
I did go to that institution, though. I was for a brief period of time.
This is breaking news.
Yeah. I mean, for those that listen to the show, we know your story, but some people may not. And they think BYU, oh, the Mormon guy?
I'd like to have a drink. Or two, or...
We all do. I think all three of us do.
Thank you.
So does Terrell Hatton of golf fame.
Yes.
So I wanted to play you a little audio to inspire you guys for your weekend of partying. Now, do this all responsibly, okay?
Well, I'll be drinking at Jerry's at about 7:15, so let's go.
But Hatton made the European Ryder Cup team.
Yes.
He's from England, and he explained. So he was doing his media press conference for this tournament that they're all playing at on the DP World Tour this week, because they're all tuning up for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Both teams are in their respective corners. The U.S. guys are all playing in Napa,
getting ready to pounce,
and the European guys are all playing overseas, and they're going to meet in New York.
And then have a rumble.
America, yeah! 2 weekends we get the Ryder. I tell you what, Buck mentioned it. The Ryder 2 weekends, the weekend of the 27th, 28th, I think. You have the Ryder Cup, the last weekend of the Major League Baseball races, and you have Oregon Penn State.
And I think there's other headline NCAA games that weekend too, but for Northwesterners here, that's going to be nice.
Dude, let's go.
So once they called Hatton and told him he was on the Ryder Cup team, he said he got housed.
When I did actually get back into the room, I fell across the bed sideways and face down in that position, and then I've woken myself up throwing up in that position. I've then fallen back asleep in that position, and then as I've woken up, I've got like sick all down my arms, both sides, all down my shirt. I get off the bed, I walk around to the bathroom, look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my god, I've got sick in my face, in my beard. How I set an alarm to make the flight for a few hours' time, I don't know. But yeah, then waking up in a slightly more sober state was horrendous. Having to clean up that. I mean, I ended up calling Emily. I was like, I don't know what to do. But I mean, I was rushing to make the room somewhat acceptable before leaving.
So he did say. So did you catch up? Did everybody catch on? So he got to the hotel room. He passed out.
Yeah.
Woke up, puked all over himself, passed out.
Same position.
Woke up again, sick all over him.
Yeah.
He had to clean it up. He did say that he left money on the
for a
hotel,
and that's what
nightstand.
Yeah.
And he said, please throw the. He did say he left a note. He said, throw this stuff away. You don't clean it. But he piled it up, which I thought was nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. What do you leave on a tip on that? Couple $100?
For a guy like him, I mean, he's worth millions.
Yeah.
I think
you leave him $300-400
$400 or $500.
I was gonna say, like, you're leaving a couple.
Dude, you just you
easy
just
active,
soiled their whole.
You just destroyed a set of sheets and some other stuff, and caused the carpet cleaning maybe.
Yeah, I mean they'll overlook. They'll be like, I mean, if I were someone cleaning hotel rooms, and I saw that, I would be pissed. But then if there were $500 sitting on the nightstand, I'd be like, okay, fine,
that's fine. And then you're right. You just set it on fire. Now the question also becomes, as an experienced barman,
what was he drinking?
Well,
or like, how do you get that?
That's what I want to know. So this is one of those, like, is he must not be much of a drinker,
or he's a problem drinker,
or he's
it's that. We don't have the audio of that because
Yeah.
it was kind of it was a lot of back and forth. But he basically says, when people go hard and drink, I'm the guy that always throws up. Like, this is what happens when I drink. I go hard and I go so hard that I do this. It's happened before. If we win at Bethpage, it'll happen again.
He's that guy. He was saying that some people don't puke after getting really housed. I almost never do.
Yeah.
But he says he does. He just has to get rid of it. So he's always.
But when you hear what he's drinking, it makes sense that he'd have to get it out.
Yeah. So of course you're going to throw up. Listen to this. This is what he had to drink.
Well, I had like 6 glasses of wine at dinner, and then I had a double gin and tonic. I was drunk at a very normal rate, and then John was deciding what he wanted, and he said this Rhino sour, so I was like, perfect, go on then. So they just go down very easily, and then I was an idiot and started the chant of basically getting someone to down it, which then every cocktail that then followed was a shot. So we then ran out of this Rhino sour. The guy at the bar made some hazelnut sour, which wasn't great. There was a few of them. Then there was a margarita, and then there was this strawberry vodka thing. God, it was aggressive.
So 6 glasses of wine.
He's in the teens.
Di Serrano sours.
Oh, you missed the double gin and tonic.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Double gin and tonic.
But he drank those. Actually, there was 2 of those, but he drank them at a regular rate.
A very normal rate, yeah.
So that's 6. That's 10 right there.
Di Serrano sours,
Which
He
is
didn't
really
say-
sweet. Di Serrano's amaretto
Yeah.
flavored liquor.
By the way, those are pretty
my
delightful. I might
God,
add.
dude.
So we're 10, and then I don't know how many Di Sorrentos he had, but let's assume that he had 2 of those.
And then he said they switched to hazelnut sours. That's like a Frangelico sour. He said it wasn't good, and it doesn't sound good either.
Then a margarita, and then a strawberry vodka thing,
So we're
and
into-
some shots.
Yeah, we're in
He did
20.
20
We're
drinks.
at 20.
By the
Nice.
way, listen, I
can
have
we-
to. Yes,
do you?
yes.
Why?
Well, because it's just so predictable.
What?
The Mets and Rangers are in the first inning.
I told you.
It is the top of the first. It is 6-0 in favor of Texas. Jonah Tong did not get out of the first inning. They are pulling him. So
6-0.
I mean, the Mets are. I mean, last night we were at A-Lane. We were talking about the Mets, and they were up 4-0
in the first inning.
And very predictably, we said they would be down
6-4.
6-4 by the 4th.
No, I was off.
You were off. They were down 6-4 by the 6th.
Yeah, and lost 6-4.
But going into tonight, it was kind of predictable with Jacob deGrom pitching for Texas and the rookie for the Mets. Like if I had said, "Hey, Suk, Texas is going to be up 6-0, and Tong's not even going to," they're going to bat around before he gets pulled.
Yeah.
You would be like, "Yeah, that absolutely tracks."
Yes, 100%.
And that's what happened.
I do appreciate that the Mets, before they tried to pull a Northwestern, like with Dan Lanning, and they sucked up to DeGrom. They played a big like video tribute to him and like gave him a standing ovation. Like, please don't kick our ass. But it doesn't matter because we gave up 6 runs and that not even out of the first inning yet. And I don't think the Reds play today, but the Giants do. The only saving grace is they're playing the Dodgers, but the Mets could be a half game up in the wild card after tonight. Actually, the Reds do play the Athletics, so
I hate to say it, this game is over already.
yeah, we're not going to score 6 runs.
No, not against DeGrom.
No.
Or at least you shouldn't.
No, it is. Well, and you're also assuming that the bullpen that's
Yikes.
coming in right now is not going to give up another run. I can assure you that they will, 100%.
Well, anyway, Terrell Hatton, European Ryder Cupper, drank a lot when he was.
It's a nice evening.
That's a big evening.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
And yeah, there's a lot of sugar in what he was drinking.
Yeah, that doesn't get me as much. I don't. People
The
say you
sugar?
shouldn't like mix liquors. I don't have any problem with
As a big rum guy, that's not surprising.
Yeah, I just-
because you don't have an issue with that. The rum drinks get too sweet
No,
too quick.
the only thing that ever gives me a hangover is wine.
Tannins.
The red wine.
Yeah, red wine will. If we drink a bunch of red wine, I will wake up with a headache. Other than that, you're fine. You're good. You're good.
Not Terrell Hatton.
No. I do appreciate though his willingness to throw down.
I think he's an animal.
I like it.
He's by the way,
everyone needs one of those.
he's the same guy that's always yelling and cursing out. Oh my God. Sorry. He's the same guy that's always yelling and cursing out there.
He's Captain F-bomb on the
Yeah,
hot
he's
mic.
a jerk.
Yeah,
but
but you know what?
he's got a good sense of humor.
I'll tell you what. If I had to drink with one person on the Ryder Cup team, I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Like you can always
that's a good
find.
point.
Like I'll make eye contact with that guy. Like if you're at a bar and you're like, "We doing this?" or like, "Let's go."
No, I think on the European team, I think I'm going with Shane Lowry.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be more fun than Hatton's just an ass. Who would you most want to have a drink with on the U.S. Ryder Cup team? Because it's not.
It's
not a great.
It's not a great. It's not a great
group.
squad.
Justin
God.
Thomas?
Maybe.
No.
You think what?
It's not Morikawa. It's not Scheffler. It's not.
They all seem just.
Oh, Ben Griffin, maybe.
Sam Burns.
I don't know enough
Sam
about. I don't
Burns.
know enough about Ben Griffin.
Well, we told you he's pretty funny. Like he's the one that is having a good time with his rise this year.
Oh yeah.
And
JJ Spawn a good hang?
doesn't seem it.
She's a skateboarder. Maybe he's cool.
You gonna hang out with the doucher? Are you?
Shoffley, DeChambeau. Maybe it is DeChambeau.
Boy,
what an indictment.
Does DeChambeau like to like?
I don't think so.
No.
He doesn't seem like a partier. I know he likes porn. I've heard that.
Well, supposedly he works out in his garage with his buddies, and
with
while
porn
they're
on,
working
yeah.
out on the big screen, there's porno.
I've heard that he
weird.
watches porn on the range.
Boy, the idea.
I mean, but who doesn't? Of
Well,
course.
just the idea of someone being like, hey, man, you want to come over and work out? And I'm like, yeah, I'll come over. And then like, by the way, here's Ass Blasters Part 12. Like, what? What do we... What do you...
It is an odd thing to just choose to have on in the background. It's like...
And I get that it's his house and it's his gym, so his buddies have to go along with it. You need better friends, because there needs to be one friend that's like, hey, dip ass, we're not doing this.
Well, and like, okay, on the range, how about some music? Can we do some music? Or maybe put on Gladiator, but porn on the range?
Apparently.
Weird.
I've heard some tales of that. It's got a bit of a problem. A lot of people saying.
Who wants Naughty Stepmom 7? Well, I've seen 1 through 4. I feel like I might be a little lost because I haven't seen the entire anthology.
A lot of people saying Sacred Heart has diarrhea.
YouTube suggesting that Scotty Scheffler could be a kind of a low-key good hang that people aren't aware of.
I don't believe it.
I don't think so.
I don't.
Somebody mentioned Keegan Bradley, and it might be that.
Dude, I bet you Scotty Scheffler, one, he's going to talk about Jesus a lot, and he's just... No, I'm not. I can't. That is not a low-key good hang.
Sam Burns, Ben Griffin, maybe Keegs. And then if you get into the assistant captains, Kevin Kisner would be fun.
Oh, for sure he can tie one on.
He's
I
a fun
thought
guy.
you were onto something with Justin Thomas, though. I think that guy is
Yeah?
a decent hang.
Okay. Look, it's slim pickings.
At least watch college football with him. Big Alabama fan.
All right, coming up next.
Roll Tide.
It is time for In the News. We have fake bomb threats. Here's Buck.
At Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan, college football action going down tonight. Number 22, Indiana, with a 31-0 lead over Indiana State in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Syracuse is up 14-3 on Colgate. Coming up in just a couple minutes, kickoff between Houston and Colorado. The Cougs favored by 4 over Coach Prime's squad. Arizona hosts Kansas State at 6 on Fox. And at 7, New Mexico visits UCLA. Meanwhile, the Oregon Ducks tomorrow in Evansville, Illinois. They are taking on Northwestern. They're laying 28 points on the road. It's a small 12,000-person temporary stadium. Our coverage here will start on the Fan at 6 a.m. with Ducks game day. Kickoff at 9 over on Fox. Some troubling injury news for the Seahawks as they head to Pittsburgh Sunday. Rookie safety Nick Emanwari has been ruled out, while cornerback Devin Witherspoon is doubtful. You can hear pregame coverage starting here on the Fan at 8 a.m. Sunday with kickoff at 10. You can also see the action over on Fox. The Hawks are catching 2.5 points on the road. And the Mariners, now tied for first in the AL, they will host the Angels again tonight at 7:10 over on Apple TV. The Astros are now underway. They're taking on the Atlanta Braves. That one is 0-0 in the first inning. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Primetime with Isaac and Sue. Weekdays 3 to 7. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Well,
You're
look.
going to have to do this. I'm depressed.
You should be. It's not going well for you.
I did find out, though, recently that because I asked you the question, are we, the Mets, going to be the highest payroll ever to not make the postseason? And you astutely pointed out that the 2023 Mets are the highest payroll to never make the postseason.
Yeah. So it's
yeah.
That team only won 75 games. They had a $330 million payroll.
If you've been kicked in the nuts by a sports team, or more likely been kicked in the nuts by, I don't know, someone at work or run over by a car, unlike me that can do nothing but cry about the ineptitude of the Mets, you can do something about your injury by calling the advocates.
You can. They're Ken and Donnie. They are our friends. They are personal injury attorneys. The beauty of them is, one, they're really good and insurance companies hate dealing with them. But two, they cost you nothing. It is free to consult them. They'll tell you whether they can help you out or not. And then they don't get paid until you
Can
win.
they pitch? Is that?
I bet you Ken and Donnie can pitch.
Well, Donnie's quite the athlete, and she's very competitive. I think if you gave her the ball until their City Fields calling, I think she would go out there and be like, I got this.
That's what I want in my attorney. I want a bulldog.
She has a confidence that's quite terrifying.
So if you've been injured, you need more than a lawyer. You deserve an advocate. Advocateslaw.com.
This weekend only at Old Navy, long sleeve tees
Rise.
Now we can sit back down.
This segment is brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is World Dolphin Day.
Oh, dolphins are great.
They're great.
Yeah, maybe not really. They're actually kind of bastards, but
they're a really interesting animal.
Yes, very smart. Yeah,
Shall I say
fascinated by dolphins.
Fish. They're interesting fish. No,
I don't think
they're
fish.
yeah,
they're mammals, right?
yeah. They're an interesting animal.
Yeah.
It is also National Chocolate Milkshake Day.
Hmm.
When's the last time you had a chocolate milkshake?
I don't know.
The chocolate milkshake is the single favorite treat of the two Buckley boys, so
Really?
we get them frequently.
Nice. Where do you get them? Who has the best chocolate milkshake?
There's a diner that's like on the way back from the coast when we go to and from that we often stop at. It's called Gem. I think it's Gem 99. It's out in Newburgh. But Cannon would tell you Old McDonald's is his favorite milkshake, hot chocolate milkshake. He calls it Old McDonald's.
I'm guessing.
You need to get that kid out more.
Well, I'm not taking him out for a lot of milkshakes.
Yeah, dude, I'm guessing it's been 20 years since I've had a chocolate milkshake. Like, I would never get one. It's like my least favorite milkshake flavor. Like, if someone brought in chocolate milkshakes and was like, here you go, I might have some, but
What's your go-to milkshake flavor?
If I'm doing basic, it's probably just gonna be like a strawberry. But like you get into some cookies and cream, you can get into some strawberry banana, maybe a mint Oreo.
Ooh, mint Oreo.
But like there's like a million flavors that I'm getting before chocolate.
There are places around here, different Oregon like diners and eateries that'll do like summer wild berry shakes, like a Marion berry or a blackberry shake. Those get pretty tasty.
There you go.
Well, isn't that the Burgerville thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. That's what they do.
I couldn't tell you the last time I had one, and I won't have one because they're just. I'd rather have a vanilla shake.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, I'm with what's his name? Ryan?
Buckley?
I'm Buck.
No.
Yeah.
No. All right.
No. Strong no.
Down in Salem, Oregon Senate Majority Leader Casey Jama?
Sure.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Could be.
And 2 other state lawmakers received bomb threats yesterday.
These things are all over the place.
All of which turned out to be false.
Yeah, a bunch of schools. I think 7 HBCUs around the country received threats. I mean, this is a thing.
And this is terrible because this is where the whole boy who cried wolf parable comes in. It starts happening often enough. People stop taking him seriously, and then when someone is serious about it, no one reacts the way they should.
It is a real powder keg of dangerous times right now. It's scary.
We've got all by email, it says. And the Capitol Mall Area Command issued an update notifying all lawmakers of the threats and asking them to report anything concerning. Yeah. 3 state legislators in all got the emails, and there was nothing to it.
Yeah, there's so much stuff flying around right now. You don't really know what to believe. I'm actually just taking an active position to try to just stay off. I'm trying to take a break and just. I've got friends, I've got relatives, and it just is so heated and anger and sadness, and it's bad right now.
Horsetail lawsuit news.
Ooh, there you go. Horsetail.
Yeah.
Someone get like whipped with
a horse lost its tail.
How do you?
You want to guess?
Someone.
It's a lawsuit.
Someone cut it off, or? Can I also ask a question?
And a little bit more whimsy.
Okay, this may be really dumb, and it probably is because I'm an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And I owned a horse once.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, don't ever own a horse. It's the worst decision of all time. Is the horsetail anything other than just
like
hair?
whipping flies?
I think it's a little bit like certain dog tails where there's something under there, maybe not bone to break, but I think the horse tail extends further than just the hair off of the horse tail, I think.
No one knows, huh?
I'm Googling for you.
Yeah, because that's what I like.
No, a horsetail is not just hair.
Yeah.
It's a complex appendage consistent of vertebrae, muscles, and skin.
Okay, so it's like
with long hairs growing
more
from
like a
the
dog
skin to perform various functions.
Okay.
Wow. Balance helps with their balance,
Right.
pest control, whipping the flies on. Huh. Communication. They communicate with it.
There you go.
The owners of a thoroughbred racehorse whose tail was torn off as she sprinted out of a starting gate during a race have filed a $50,000 lawsuit against the operators of the Oregon racetrack where the mishap occurred.
So it was stuck in there and just ripped off, huh?
Yeah, dude. Ooh. Owners Bill and Roberta Fekis contend that an employee on the gate crew at Grants Pass Downs in Southern Oregon appeared to have wrapped their horse's tail around the back end of the starting gate enclosure, or may have been holding onto it just before the race began on September 3rd of 2023. Brutal. The couple claims that a racetrack veterinarian instructed the employee to free the horse's tail, but the employee failed to do so before the race began. Such an incident is rare, but not unheard of.
Wow.
I feel like that lawsuit should be larger.
Yeah, that's
50,000.
Yeah, because you can't get that thing back. It's not a lizard. Like,
I don't think they're lizards.
Well,
I don't believe they grow back.
I don't think they grow back. I don't think that's the way that works. Oh my God, I can only imagine how painful that is.
Yeah, there was a story of the same story happened in Pennsylvania weeks before the Oregon incident. A different horse lost its tail after it was wrapped around part of the starting gate enclosure. $22,000 lawsuit filed for that.
That's it? That's all a tail is worth?
Apparently, the horse died. I mean, the horse. The horse.
You're doing great.
The horsey was euthanized.
Really? You euthanize a horse because it
this one
loses
was
a tail?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Boy, if my dog lost his tail, I wouldn't. Hey, I look. I'm not a horse guy, so I'm gonna not make any sweeping judgments. I just wouldn't think that's you gotta kill the horse.
Now, ultimately, this mare was hospitalized.
Yeah.
And a veterinarian had to amputate much of what was left on the tailbone and soft tissue. But the horse did live.
I just kind of always thought that maybe the horse tail was like more of like a nub sort of thing, and then had hair falling down, so it extends a lot longer. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's rough.
Yeah, that is that's
Surprised that doesn't happen more often.
That's heartbreaking though. The
Yeah.
horse goes lunging out of there, and it doesn't even want to. You're in there whipping it or kicking it, and then it's like a bad jackass prank. The horse's tail stuck.
You ever see
in
those
there?
disaster videos at like amusement parks where a gal's hair gets stuck in the roller coaster and then they drop and it rips out? It feels like that.
Ugh. Yeah. Eesh. I thought I broke my dog's tail once, and I felt really bad because Akitas have a curly tail, and we were running around in this big open field, and all of a sudden I turned around and there was another dog. And so my dog usually doesn't run after anything or whatever. So I just kind of turned around and I was like, oh, I'll put him on his leash real quick. And I grabbed his tail to hold him still while I put the leash on him. And something spooked him. Like when I grabbed his tail, he kind of like jumped. And so it ended up pulling, and I heard like kind of like a pop, and then his tail went limp. It hung down. And it stayed down for like 3 hours, and I was like, oh my God, I broke my dog's ass. I thought I broke his tail. I felt so bad. I was trying to curl it up, and it just kept flopping back, and I was really concerned. I felt bad for the big guy.
Well, they can break their tails.
Yeah. I thought I did. I think he sprained it, but a couple hours later, it curled back up, and
My wife's first wiener dog had a crooked tail because it broke.
Yeah.
You just, it was fine.
What concerns me when his tail is down, I always wonder, like, he's got limp tail. I always think something's wrong. I'm like, buddy, what's happening there with the tail? It's always curly.
Yeah, you shouldn't grab your dog by the tail.
No.
That's.
Well, I didn't really
they don't
grab
like
it. I
that.
just, like, held it.
Yeah,
anyway,
they
I
don't.
learned. Don't do that.
Is Portland sinking?
Really?
Next on The Fan.
This is the Fan's Window into sports, a view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation, online at windownation.com.
Give me a sack, Harry. What did you ask for? Is it deep enough? Polanco is on his way home. Here it comes. He's safe. Harry Ford. Harry Ford. Welcome to the big leagues. The Mariners are in first place.
Yeah, it's getting exciting up there.
Those last two games in Seattle are just bananas. And they found a way to pull them both out. So we talked about it earlier. This is going to be a hell of a stretch run.
Window Nation, 50% off all window styles. 0 down, 0 interest, 0 payments for 2 years. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com for a free in-home estimate.
Dirt and Spray. Dirt and Spray.
I'm Dirt. It's complicated, and I would challenge everybody to go write down your top 25. It's not an easy thing to do. Where would you rank teams? Why would they be where they are at? Why would you put this team ahead of that team? What is not complicated is looking at a box score and seeing that South Florida beat Florida on the road and realizing that one of those teams is 2-0, the other one is 1-1. The team who won the game should be ranked out of the other one.
The home of Dirt and Spray. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the Fan Sports Network.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens.
Comes from Ray in Southeast to Willamette Week, not to us.
Okay.
You know how Willamette
I
Week.
was like, Ray's sending in questions. Does In the News take questions?
We sure do.
Wow.
And the club, we're doing Seen and Heard in Portland, too.
Yeah, and we'll answer them by doing a quick Google search for you. You don't even have to Google.
No.
No, this is Willamette Week does this, and they often post.
Who says technology's taking our jobs?
The better questions. Why is Portland sinking into the earth? Ray says cities around the world are sinking. Causes include sheer mass of buildings like in New York City, fracking like in Houston, and tapping of underground aquifers like in LA. Portland is subsiding as well. However, we have few skyscrapers, no fracking, and piped-in water.
Hey, look at us.
How do geologists explain our slow descent to hell?
Is this a slow descent to hell, or is this one of those, a real slow descent to hell, where they tell me like in 9,000 years we're screwed?
The leading cause of subsidence is groundwater depletion. Sediment layers are supported in part by water. Pump the water out and the layer compacts. This is big in Southern California, and it's part of what is happening here. Our big problem, according to Willamette Week, is that we are built on crappy, loose ground.
Okay, so
our soil is not only compressible, it also liquefies when you shake it.
I understand we're sinking,
which is why we're all going to die when the earthquake hits.
Like, what is the impact of us sinking?
Oh, I don't know that there is one. Ray just wanted to know, and it's a good question. If it's not skyscrapers, fracking, or tapping into aquifers, what is it here? Well, it's our crappy ass ground.
Way to go. So basically, we were just built like on an Indian burial ground. Like, it's just nothing good. Nothing good's happening on our soil.
Well, it rains a lot.
Well, isn't everything killing us? Aren't we all sinking? Isn't this all just inevitable?
Hey,
we're all screwed.
Mets are on the board.
I've turned it off. I can't.
No, they're on the board.
I don't care.
Seriously.
I don't care.
Somebody hit a home run.
Oh.
All the way over the fence and everything?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oppo.
Fat Alvarez.
Oppo Taco.
So it's 6-1?
6-1.
I honestly, for my mental health, I've turned it off and I'm
What are you
watching
watching now?
Colorado, Houston.
Oh.
I can't. I just can't at this point. It's not good. I can't focus on the show if every 2 seconds I'm looking up as the Mets wallow further into mediocrity.
I'll keep you posted.
Thank you, please.
That is in the news, September 12, 2025, brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. How about a snow room and a crazy good sports trivia question for you before we get to Joey Harrington coming up next hour on 105.1 The Fan.
Guess it's why they're broken, you're so...
Nope. Wait. Window Nation, yes. You need windows. You know you need windows. You know you need windows. People put this off, and you shouldn't do it anymore because when are you going to get a better deal than 50% off? So if you need look, I get it. I do it at my house too. We put things off. We're like, I need to do that, but it's down the list. Well, if you need windows for your home, maybe they're drafty or they're leaky, now's the time to act because you need to bump it up the list because 50% off at Window Nation is one of the best deals of the year. 50%. Half off. 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for 2 years as well, so you won't have to pay anything until 2027. So let's get those window installation crews from Window Nation out there. They are the leaders in the nation, averaging over a decade of experience. You can trust them. All their windows come with a lifetime warranty. And right now, if you replace all your windows, they're saying you could win a pair of Portland Thorns home game tickets or a VIP experience. So this sale will end in a couple of weeks. Don't miss out. It's their most popular deal. Don't put it off any longer. Schedule a free estimate at Window Nation right now. 2 ways to do that, 866-90-NATION or windownation.com. 866-90-NATION or windownation.com. Window Nation, license number OR 249065.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition product.
What would you do if you had a little bit more money to do it?
I'd go to law school.
I'd open a bakery.
I'd travel to visit my grandparents I haven't seen in 10 years.
We all have things we want to do in life, and there are people who want to help you do them. So how do we best ask for that help? GoFundMe. GoFundMe is the #1 fundraising platform. 200 million people have used GoFundMe to support people doing things like furthering their education, starting a small business, or bringing people together in support of a cause. No matter what your goals are, GoFundMe helps you take an important step toward them. GoFundMe is free to set up and manage, easy to use, and designed to help you reach your goals.
The community was so supportive in helping me finally open my bakery. Now, every day I wake up and get to do what I love.
And it all started with GoFundMe.
What would you do if you had the money to do it? Get started today with GoFundMe. Start your GoFundMe today at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe with actors voicing experiences inspired by our users.
Your home for Oregon Ducks football. KRSK Portland, KRSK FM HD1, Malala, Oregon, and Odyssey Sports Station. Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan, some troubling injury news for the Seahawks as they get ready to head to Pittsburgh to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Hawks rookie safety Nick Emenworry has been ruled out for the game, while cornerback Devin Witherspoon is doubtful. Our coverage will start here on the Fan at 8 a.m. Sunday morning. Kickoff at 10. You can see the action on Fox. The Hawks are catching 2.5 points on the road. Meanwhile, the Ducks also hit the road this week. They got an early kickoff, 9 a.m. our time at Northwestern. They're laying 28.5. Our coverage will start with Ducks game day at 6 a.m. here on the Fan Sports Networks. Plenty of college football action going on tonight. Number 22, Indiana, with a 45-0 lead over Indiana State at the half. Meanwhile, Syracuse up 21-3, or 24-3, I should say, on Colgate. Colorado and Houston have just gotten underway. Houston already with a field goal on the board and have just gotten the ball back. They appear to be breaking one right now. It's going to be... Oh, they caught him and pushed him out of bounds. Houston ball deep in Colorado territory. Meanwhile, on the diamond, the Mariners and Astros now tied for first in the AL West. The M's hosting the Angels again tonight at 7:10 on Apple TV. Former Mariner Yusei Kikuchi on the hill for the Halos. Luis Castillo gets the start for Seattle. The Astros, meanwhile, are in Atlanta right now, taking on the Braves. That one is 2-0 in favor of the Astros. Top of the second, they've still got two aboard and are threatening. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley from George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor. Saturday mornings at 9 on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Primetime with Isaac and Souk.
12 cats live across the road. Our door's open. Screen's broke. I turn and look. There's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, "What are you doing in here, little kitty cat?"
Isaac Robb.
Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. We need more dogs.
Jason Sukanik.
Try to let it out the front door. Meow, meow. The cat's still going crazy in there.
This is Primetime on the Fan Sports Network.
We don't need a bunch of cats in here. Meow, looking in the mirror. Be a dog.
105.1 and 1080.
We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
The Fan.
All right. Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Friday. You got your sports bros here. I'm Isaac. Hi. And Big Souk right over there.
Right here.
Ryan Buckley is here. He is sweating the Indiana State-Indiana game.
Keep rolling. What?
Why do you have money on the Indiana State?
I thought it would be fun to do a Dirty Dog teaser tonight, so I took two of the biggest spreads on the board, and I teased at 6 points. So what I have is Indiana State plus 52.5, and I have Colgate plus 42.5, giving me 95 points across the two games. Both of them are looking bad so far.
It is 45.
Do you care to report the Indiana score?
I just did. 45-0 at the half.
And unfortunately, Syracuse is up 24-3 with 9 minutes to play in the second quarter.
But Colgate, who are wearing helmets with an apostrophe gate on them, are fighting hard. So there's that.
But getting
gate?
Like, they shortened Colgate to just gate, like they call it gate, but it's a little apostrophe and then all lowercase script gate. It looks
it's
pretty
too
stupid.
hard to say Colgate. You just have to say gate. It's too long.
Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
But hey, they have 3 points. That's encouraging.
That's right. They got a big fumble recovery early.
Interesting. I will say that while I find the apostrophe kind of stupid, I love cursive helmets.
I do too.
We need to, like, the Beavs, no offense to the Beaver Shark or Benny the Beaver, the Beavs need to go with the white script helmet, or the white helmets with the script beavers. Washington State's better when they go script. The script helmet is phenomenal and needs to be more prevalent in the world of college football.
Didn't Idaho just do one with that said "fighting taters" on them?
Yeah, they did the fighting taters. Cincinnati does one. Like Mississippi State has it, and so Colgate, despite the stupid apostrophe, the cursive gate, the cursive always works.
Can I give you a quick baseball update? What?
What? Sure.
Is it a nice one?
Well, it's not. It's not good. I can tell by the sound in your voice.
Wow.
Just what?
You think you know me, huh?
Yeah, I do.
It is now 6-3.
I was a lie. I'm not. Well, here's the thing. It was 6-0 when out of disgust I turned it off, and I've already quit on the season. I'm not going back. Me not watching is the only reason why it's 6-3.
I think that's right.
And they're only setting me up to get kicked. I'm going to get kicked in the nuts because it's going to be like 6-5, and then you're going to convince me to turn it back over, and that inevitably will lead to their downfall.
Put your foot on their balls and make them believe it.
I felt obligated to tell you that they just put a 3 spot up off of DeGrom.
It's the first time all year that I have turned like a game off when it's early like this. Like I've turned one off like in the 8th inning. I have not turned a game off in disgust all year. I've tried to be a more positive fan, and the Mets have officially broken me, and I hate them, and they're not going to make the postseason. I've accepted that. And at this point, I'm just ready to Thelma and Louise it. I texted my Met buddy Scott, and we're going to hold hands, and we're going to Thelma and Louise this off the cliff.
Per the Mets broadcast, this from the text line, DeGrom had 209 career starts with the Mets.
No.
They never scored more than 4 runs in the first inning for him in any of those starts.
No.
Tonight, the Rangers gave DeGrom 6 runs in the first inning.
Sounds about right.
So, and it's 6-3.
Sounds about right.
All right, well, at least we have a game. I'll keep you posted.
Expired.
Yeah, because I refuse to watch. I'm enjoying this big Houston 10-0 lead over Colorado.
Yeah, Houston's up 10. Is Houston good?
I don't. That's kind of why I'm watching this is because, the Beavs in a couple weeks have Houston, and I've said I think that's where their season starts because, these next 2 weeks are not going to be pretty. And so I kind of want to see what Houston has. They're 2-0. I haven't watched a lick of them. So this is more of seeing what the Beavs have coming after the Civil War.
Houston's coach is... because Holgerson's gone. Fritz.
Kazzle my ass.
Oh, I love Fred Kazzle-my-ass.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Willie Fritz.
Willie Fritz.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know that Bartu really likes Willie Fritz.
Yeah. Well, I have not seen them, so I will be because Willie Fritz was at Tulane, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we look forward to your non-report about Houston.
In a couple weeks.
We probably won't have time. Hey, we've got Joey Harrington coming up at 5:30. The patented Joey Harrington worry meter.
I'm guessing it's not going to be very high.
Yeah, it's hard to ask him that question when it's a 4 touchdown point spread, but it is a Big Ten road game.
It's the Big Ten. Well, it's the first time on the road, and there's going to be 9 people there. So, Dan Lanny did talk about you got to bring your own juice.
I bet they sell out the 12,000.
I bet they do too.
Oh, go ahead. You want to lay a sawbuck on that? That thing's not going to be a sellout.
I bet it is.
I bet they get 12,000. If 12,000 is the capacity, I bet they sell it out.
Yeah, they said between 12 and 14. I'm not sure what it actually
I
is.
think we will know when you look at the stadium whether or not it is sold out. That's all I'm saying.
Is it 12? Have we confirmed that it's 12?
Like I said, between 12 and 14.
Okay. I'll go $20 on that.
Will there be empty seats? I say yes.
Buck's trying to get his Indiana State money back.
Yes.
We're chasing. It's only Friday night. We're chasing.
I love that it was a dirty dog teaser. Buckley, you're a freaking gem. Don't ever change.
The theme with Joey today will be stadiums. We were talking about Northwestern's new stadium, and I want to ask him about, as a player, different stadiums. And, like Iowa has like a pink locker room, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, I know it's designed to be like so disruptive, but is it? Like, is that stuff, does any of that stuff matter?
You feel very unmanly in the pink locker room.
And by the way, the, a lot of the gambling types that follow trends are saying that home field advantage in football, in the NFL, is overvalued.
Well, like Seattle at one point was the toughest place to play in the NFL, and like the last handful of years, when you look at the numbers, it is not.
Yeah, I think
it is. It's not become a real tough environment.
I think teams are, especially in the NFL, I just think teams are getting better. It's managing games on the road. I don't know. I don't think it's a huge thing. No matter where you play.
Well, and I think some people
what's the best home field in the NFL?
In the NFL, like Arrowhead's always a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Well, and
Green Bay.
Weather. So like Buffalo in December, Kansas City in December. That's real, especially if you're a warm weather team. But I also think that some fan bases now, the way that ticket prices are going, I think it's become a lot of corporate. and so it's not as rowdy as it once was.
All right, so we'll get Joey in here in about 15 minutes. How about a snow room next on The Fan?
The Fan is live on
Okay. Joe Harrington, next seggy. Sonny Dykes, TCU. Underrated?
Yeah. I mean, they made the national title game a couple years ago, and they'll come back down to earth a little bit. But he did an okay job at Cal. I don't know, underrated. I think he's appropriately rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was his first year. They made the championship game in his first season.
And that was setting up an unrealistic expectation.
Well, yeah.
Right?
I mean, they went 13-2, and then last 2 seasons they've been 5-7, and last year they were 9-4.
Yes. And so that's kind of my point with places like TCU. Washington had this, and I know obviously DeBoer leaving had something to do with it, but look, teams that are not in the top 15 spenders in the country are not going to stay on top year after year. And this includes schools like, Wisconsin and Michigan State. And like, you can have years where everything comes to go together and you get special teams and everyone just, is you get guys that come back or maybe a nice transfer portal and you pop, but you are not going to consistently be able to turn over your roster the way that the Alabamas and the Ohio States and LSUs and Oregons are.
Well, I mean, pretty obvious that TCU wasn't going to be like all of a sudden this powerhouse.
No.
But he's done a good job pretty much everywhere.
Yes,
he's been. We
Cal was wonky, but Cal's a wonky
it's Cal. We talked to him at Pac-12 Media Day several times, and I found him to be one, pretty nice, chill dude.
Yeah,
and two, pretty insightful, pretty interesting guy. I think he's kind of one of those quirky coaches that only fits at certain places.
Yeah, he did not fit at Cal. One of the things that he was when he was at Cal, he was constantly getting on him about having to be more committed in changing things, and you're like, Sonny, dude, like, look around where you're at, like that just,
and that's why it ended there. He was out of there. No. But then that's why he went to SMU, where now, I mean, he left to go to TCU from SMU, which is interesting. I wonder if he would do that again now that SMU has kind of.
I promise you that if he could go back and do it again, he'd
stay at SMU.
He would have stayed. Although that led to, that obviously led to a national championship. But if you're betting on futures, SMU and the money they have is a better bet than TCU, even though those are both Power 5 programs. But yeah, Cal, he had one winning season, 8-5. But I mean, other than that,
it's hard to win at Cal.
It's hard to win at Cal. Wilcox.
Wilcox has done a good job there.
But that's why I said I think he's 99-76. He goes to bowl games. He had the one special season where they played for a national title. I think Sonny Dykes is a good mid to upper level, just solid coach for those sorts of programs, but he'll never get a job that's viewed as an elite job.
No, and I don't think he wants that.
Probably not.
He like I said, he's like that Mike Leach type, that kind of the quirky, only fits. June Jones was this way.
Yeah.
By the way, we determined June Jones is alive.
June Jones not dead.
Yeah, we have not killed
him.
He'll
be
yet.
The next coach at Portland State.
He was there, wasn't he, years ago?
Yeah.
Portland State. The reason I bring up Sonny Dykes is one, he just bitch slapped Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
But also, did you see what TCU put in their new $50 million Simpson Family Restoration Center?
No, I did not.
They have a snow room. So at TCU, look it up.
Okay.
So at TCU's new football facility, they are utilizing the same technology that brings snow to the Swiss Alps when the snow there is sparse. And they have imported it from Italy to add college football's first snow room. So with a sauna for athletes as well, the combination of the heat and cold made for a perfect situation to add glass door etchings that read "Fight 'em till hell freezes over" on the sauna, with "Then fight 'em on the ice" above a Nike emblem on the snow room. So it's basically a room where guys go and sit in it, and it snows. And it's ice cold. It's like it's probably I assume it's akin to the ice bath.
Yeah, it's
same idea.
Yeah,
and it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It has a standing, consistent temperature of 12 degrees Fahrenheit. It can be used for both recovery, developmental toughness in the elements, and also as a method to help players assimilate to late season games on the road at places like West Virginia and BYU.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here, and let me just state, this is example number 734. Why I never want to hear a school complain about not having money. $50 million
Well, not just for the snow room. That's just one part of $50 million.
This is like when Dabo was saying that if players get paid, he's going to go find something else. They put a slide in their facility that you can slide from the top to the bottom. Stop with we need money. You built a snow room. You know what you can do? You can put in you can just do cold plunges.
Yeah.
You could do cold plunges and afford better players.
Or, you could just have a freezer, basically. Like if you've ever worked at a grocery store,
Like a walk-in?
They have these things called walk-in freezers, and you could just do that as opposed to importing.
Well, that's kind of what this is.
Yeah, this is way more fun, though.
Yeah.
You imported it from Italy.
Yeah.
You did not need to import something from the Swiss Alps that makes snow.
Well, now they're going to start recruiting the best Italian kickers. So
Yeah, I'm looking at here, and it creates like snow flurries.
It gets snow in there. So it can help them with like preparing for a snow game.
Stop it. All this is I have too much money. I don't know what to do with it. And someone was like, what could we do to make a snazzy TikTok video?
look at this shiny thing that no one else has.
And yet we're going to complain about we don't have the money to pay players. Get bent, college football.
I'm going to put one in my house.
I don't think you are.
I think I am.
Do you like the cold? Because I don't think you do.
I don't, but I do.
San Diego boy.
I do like the ice baths.
Yeah.
Or the cold.
You do those for like 2 to 3 minutes?
The cold plunge. I do 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes a week.
Okay.
Is what I do. They say that anything over that, you might lose your toes or something. I don't know.
Do you put on the little footsies?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, I'm a man.
Yeah, there's a little neoprene you can put on.
Yeah, the toes certainly are the.
Yeah.
They certainly. You feel it.
I'm still waiting for. I do search like Facebook Marketplace. I'm waiting for. Eventually, this trend will go away because I want one. But they're thousands upon thousands of dollars, which I just think is the most ridiculous thing in the world. So eventually, the rich people will get tired of Joe Rogan and they'll start selling these for pennies on the dollar, and I will snatch one up.
Are you talking about like the actual
cold plunges,
cold plunge things? Yeah.
I think Sprague got one.
Yeah, he says he told me that.
Well, he
It's like cold shower or something.
I think he just got one, and then you have to put ice in it. I actually want one that you just
that's just cold.
That's
it just
cold.
circulates the cold water through
that.
there.
I don't have to deal with the ice because I do the face ones because I don't want to deal with it. So I just plunge my head into a 5-gallon bucket of ice water.
Yeah. You don't do your whole body.
I just don't have the. I don't have one.
But you would if you did.
Yes, I would.
Yeah. It feels great.
Yes.
I mean, it's cold as hell.
Well,
but
we had these.
you guys at.
But back in the day,
BYU. And,
we did like garbage cans. We had like big garbage cans and troughs, and they just filled with ice.
And you just jump in them.
And just jumped in them after games. At Boise, they used to make you go stand in the river. There's a river that goes by the facility that's ice cold. Like at Boise State football camp, they made you go stand in the river afterwards, and they did that with their players. Now, obviously, there's way better technology, and now places do like cryo, like the cryopods.
Yeah.
I mean, all this stuff. But I just find it ridiculous that like I can buy a good solid hot tub that fits like 6 people for the same price as a little 1-person cold plunge thing. Yeah.
You're right. They'll come down.
They'll come down.
Now, it does sound like at TCU, this whole $50 million is all for the recovery center.
Yeah.
So it's not just their whole facility. That's just and so it's got the snow room, and it says it's got red light therapy, purple hydrotherapy pools, hydro massage and relaxation pods, as well as a host of other unique recovery tools. It's basically it's a restoration center. It's basically the whole thing was built with $50 million to restore the bodies of the players.
Yes, and this is becoming a big deal. When you're trying to find little advantages, it's this. It's, can you recover more? And by the way, what kids want bells and whistles.
Well, and I would think in football this would be.
It's a big deal. Yes, you got to take
even more important.
You got to take care of the. Engine.
Get a little shrinkage along the way, but
that is true.
It happens.
Makes you feel great though, especially when you can go from hot to cold.
God, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
That hot to cold. That is legit.
Yes, 100%.
So great.
That's how I start my day.
Complete. Well, then I have a couple glasses of wine while I'm doing it. It's great.
It's not quite where I go, but
complete body restoration.
Yes.
All right, let's get Joey Harrington in here for his weekly chat. Stadiums will be the theme next. Here's Buck.
Now, From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. If you're keeping score at home, the Indiana Hoosiers now up 52-0 on Indiana State. They have just opened the second half with a touchdown drive. Meanwhile, Syracuse up 31-3 on Colgate, and out in Houston, the Cougars up 13-0 on Coach Prime's Colorado Buffaloes. The Oregon Ducks visit Northwestern tomorrow at their temporary stadium. Holds about 12,000. Ducks are laying 4 touchdowns on the road. Our coverage will start here on the Fan Sports Networks at 6 a.m. with Ducks Game Day. Meanwhile, in the NFL, some troubling news for the Seahawks as they get ready to head to Pittsburgh Sunday. Rookie safety Nick Emenwari has been ruled out, while cornerback Devin Witherspoon is doubtful. Our coverage will start here on the Fan at 8 a.m. Sunday with kickoff at 10. You can see the action on Fox. The Hawks are catching 2.5 points on the road. Meanwhile, let's keep an eye on the AL pennant chase. The Mariners playing later tonight. They started the day tied for first in the AL West. The Astros, though, have a 4-0 lead on the Braves in Atlanta, and they also have the bases loaded still in the top of the fifth. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue. Weekdays 10 to 1. The Fan Sports Network.
boss is all uptight, cause you didn't push your best-selling brand. But now it's the Friday Drive, and it's story time. Yes, it's story time. The one time a week when you can truly plan to kick back and listen to story time. Yes, it's story time. We're pushing it out on every airwave we can. We're on both 105.1 and 1080 The Fan. Part of the Fan's Global Sports Radio Network.
All right, it's Football Friday, and it's time for our weekly visit with Jay Joseph Harrington. How is your week?
My week is good. Wow, where's that coming from? That's a very broad. A week is a big time.
Well, we haven't talked to you
Lots
for a
of
week.
things happen in a week. Oh, okay. I guess there you go. Well, let's see. Last Saturday, what did I do last Saturday? I can't remember Saturday or Sunday for that matter. Monday, kids were in school, got some stuff done.
Are you like a retired
game.
old person who doesn't know what day of the week it is?
In the summertime sometimes.
God, that's great.
Oh, I know what I did. I hosted the soccer team. That's what.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When we left you were getting ready to host.
17-year-olds. That's right. That's why I don't remember it, because it was too traumatic.
Yeah. What do they do?
Let's see. They had a ping pong tournament.
Cool.
Let's see. They rode their bikes down to the pool. I tried to convince them to like hike the Butte or like ride down to Subtle Lake. That didn't fly. They were out on the golf course at night, playing some soccer and, just doing teenage things.
Now, let me ask, are you the cool dad or are you just lame like every other parent?
I would definitely lean towards lame, I think. I'm definitely not the cool dad. No, I have no intention, nor do I try to be the cool dad, because the cool dad would need to make decisions that I'm not necessarily comfortable with. And I'm okay saying that. So I guess that makes me kind of lame.
No, but at the same time, the NFL thing, like you're in good shape, you dress well. That's enough to kind of be like, when you look around the contemporary of parents, you don't. The cool dad isn't necessarily anyone who's like ripping bong hits with their kid, but you can still be, you're different than the normal middle-aged dad, and sometimes kids can pick up on that. So I was wondering like what your kids and like their friends kind of think about, because you are not your normal typical stereotype 40-year-old dad.
Well, yeah, not many kids had parents that played in the NFL.
Yeah,
that's a very but I don't know. Honestly, I don't say I try to hide that, but like I, especially in a situation where I'm around Jack's teammates, or Emmett's teammates, like that. The focus needs to be them, not me. Although the point was to hey, let's do some goal setting, some team building stuff. I would like to think, and maybe I was just a bit naive, I'd like to think that I would carry enough respect in that setting to be able to say, hey, shut up, let's do this. Like here's what
right.
Here's what here's what you guys need to figure out, and here's how hey, if you want to make it work, awesome. If not, then So, yeah, it was good.
So no Uncle Joey fireside chats where the kids have to sit around and listen to you talk for 4 hours. That's good.
No.
That's good self-awareness
I did help kind of lead them in a goal-setting thing, but, that was their, my goal of the weekend, I told them, is like to help facilitate. We'll, make sure you're fed, and then I want to stay the heck out of your way.
Yeah.
Like that's, this is your team time. I'm not trying to hijack any of that.
All right. Today I wanted to talk to you about stadiums, or as Jerry Jones would say, stadiums. Because we were talking about Northwestern's new stadium. So this game is at their temporary,
which still looks really cool.
Yeah, but it's weird.
No, I'm in Chicago right now.
Oh, you're there?
Yeah.
I'm not at the stadium, but I'm here.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I got to do some appearance thing in like an hour, and then I'm gonna get on a flight and fly back home.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're not going to the game?
No, by the time I get to the game, it's probably going to be over. Just at least the scoreboard wise.
Right. Have you been over to the Northwestern facilities at all?
I have not. No, I literally am. I'm in a car coming from O'Hare, and going to the appearance. Then I'm going to get in a car and go back to O'Hare, then fly back to Portland because we got a soccer game tomorrow morning.
Well, so this game will be in the Temp Stadium, which is going to be weird on TV. We were warning fans, like, get ready. There's only like 12 to 14,000 people there. But the new stadium that they are building is pretty sweet, very state-of-the-art, most expensive stadium in college football history. And it's kind of the beginning of what may be a new era of college football stadiums where it's a little bit more fan-friendly. So I have several questions about stadiums, but my first is of the basic variety of what is the best stadium or stadium, college or pro, that you played in?
Define best. So there's a couple different ways we can go. Are we talking about atmosphere? Are we talking about talking about like amenities? Thank you so much.
All encompassing for you. Like, did you ever have a wow stadium where you're like, oh my God, this place is unbelievable? All things considered.
I mean, for me, it was Camp Randall, right? But that was more of just the atmosphere. That was that was what happened inside the stadium. What's it called now? The Seahawks Stadium. Is it CenturyLink?
Lumen Field.
Lumen was really cool in the architecture where you could, like, standing on the sideline and looking toward the cutout side, it actually framed the one side of the cutout was downtown and the other side was at Space Needle.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of cool. I don't know. Like, I can't think of any place that really. Atlanta's. I went back and watched when Justin Peele was coaching for the Falcons and Marcus was playing quarterback. We went back and watched a game in Atlanta, and that place is pretty stinking crazy.
Yeah, the new one.
The new one.
Yeah.
I think it's Mercedes still.
Yeah. That place was pretty crazy.
I've heard the new Minnesota one, the U.S. Bank Stadium. I have a buddy of mine that does rock concerts. And they played there, and he said that one was, and he's been to every stadium in the world, and he said the U.S. Bank Stadium was pretty slick.
Yeah, I believe that. It's SoFi. Have you been to SoFi? I haven't been to SoFi.
Yeah, SoFi is ridiculous.
You've been there?
Yeah, SoFi is one of those, like, when I saw what is the Cowboys? Is it AT&T? What's the Cowboys?
I think it's AT&T.
Like, when you come up on that, you see it from the horizon. It seems almost too big to be real. It's called the Death Star because you just see it in the horizon and you're like, what is that? SoFi has got that. It makes AT&T look small. It's just, I've never seen anything that size in my life. It's awe-inspiring. It's really, really nice and very modern. So if you like modern, you'll love it. But some people that they want more of a kind of a throwback feel. But SoFi's really nice, and it's definitely kind of space age.
As a visiting player, you always hear about, like, I think it's Iowa that has the pink visiting locker room.
Pink walls. Yeah.
Did you have, like, is that overblown, or are there
Cal Berkeley?
Cal's
because Memorial Stadium.
Yeah.
Why?
That was
the walk.
Horrible. Oh, you had to walk. You walked this catwalk. I mean, it was probably. I mean, half the time you obviously did it there, Suk. Like, you feel like you're going to fall.
Yeah.
And then it's like, where the hell am I going? And then by the time you get there, you've only got about 2.5 minutes in this cramped little locker room. You don't even have enough space to, like, meet as a position group. It literally, it's what, a 7-minute walk?
Yep. And there's stairs and there's stairs involved. And for a lot of guys that, it had to have changed by now, but most guys wear screw-in cleats. They don't wear rubber cleats anymore. And if you
click, and you slip down the stairs.
You slip down the stairs. I mean, so we started walking, and most of our guys stopped and took off our shoes because we like, you literally thought you were going to fall and hurt yourself. I have never seen something so, I'll call it, it's just unprofessional. I mean, it's embarrassing, and I would hope that they've improved on that because it really is. It's bad.
Yeah, but again, I think kind of to Rob's point was like, it's bad. Nobody's died.
No.
I mean, maybe, once someone falls and dies, then you got to fix it. But up until then, it's kind of pink locker roomish. Like,
Yeah.
all right, we got this damn walk ahead of us. And then, like, we're not actually going to have time to sit down and fix the things that we need to fix if we need to do it at halftime.
Yeah. It's rough. Cal's
So-
as bad as it gets.
On the field as a player, is it really just about, when you're on the road, is it just about noise? Is it tight sideline? Is it like, what is the most disruptive to a quarterback on the road?
I don't know that there is anything that is actually disruptive. I mean, if you're having a hard time communicating, it's going to be noise, but everything else is just kind of window dressing, right? It doesn't matter if you're in a cramped locker room. You find a little corner, you go over your ready sheet, you say, all right, here's what we're going to do against this coverage, and this is what we're going to do, against this pressure. And the fans, I mean, I don't know whether they're 10 feet away or 110 feet away. It doesn't really matter. I mean, a lot of it is just kind of, let's say, window dressing. It really is just a noise thing.
Yeah.
Like, if the noise gets to the point where you are having a genuinely hard time communicating, I feel like I'm talking to a toddler. Use your words now. Like, if you're having a hard time communicating with your words and you have to get to the point where you're using hand signals, that requires a certain level of connectedness that not every team has. Right? Connectivity, connectedness, connectivity.
I think that last, connectivity.
Yeah, connectivity.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, right? That's the difference between the teams that are really on the, they on the same page. Those guys are on the same page. Well, no. What it is like, okay, I see the coverage, you see the coverage. I know the play, you know the play. I know the adjustment, you know the adjustment. The wide receiver knows what hand signal is coming before. Like, that's the teams that can operate like that are the ones that do well in noise or not noise.
Yeah. But like when we played Bama, Minnesota sticks out in the NFL, you can't audible. Like, it's just, you can't audible if you don't have enough time because the quarterback literally has to go down the line and tell people, and then you're on silent counts. And when you're on silent counts, that's hard for the offensive linemen. And it's, I'm with you. Noise when it gets to the point where the center can't hear the quarterback under center, and he's having to put pressure to snap the ball, and everyone else is having to react off me. That's a real thing when you're trying to block a really fast defensive end and you're having to watch the ball the same as him. That's problematic.
Yep.
At least from an O-lineman standpoint. I don't know. I mean, quarterback obviously.
If it's a problem for an O-lineman, then it's a problem for a quarterback.
Yeah.
I know in the NFL, and this is more of a gambling thing, but I think there are a lot of people who gamble for a living who are saying that in the NFL, home field advantage is sort of overvalued. In other words, the road teams, a lot of people think it's harder on the road than it is. Do you think that that's true? And do you think that that's true in college? Is home field advantage slipping, generally speaking, in football?
I'm trying to think through some examples of what, because I'm not a good one to ask, because we barely won games at home in the NFL, let alone, I think we lost, I don't think we won a game on the road in like 2.5 years in Detroit. I'm not kidding. I think we literally had a stretch on the road where it was almost 2 years before we won a game. So, I want to say no, it's not overblown, because I think here's what I'll say is the difference between Team A and Team B in the NFL is so minute, right? The difference between Team A and Team B in college football, like we saw last weekend, Oregon and Oklahoma State, think about that. Like 10 years ago, when this game was scheduled, Oklahoma State was a solid program. That was supposed to be a solid, good football game, and the difference between one team and another in that, even in like a this wasn't playing the Sisters of the Four. This was playing Oklahoma State, a team that was a Holiday Bowl a couple years ago. The difference is pretty monumental. The difference between the talent on an NFL roster is so small that littlest difference, that littlest edge, that little bit of being at home versus being on the road, I think it plays a part. Now, is it a full touchdown advantage? Are you going to win every single time you play on home? No, but I do think when you get down to that fourth quarter and there is pressure and you are on the road and the crowd is against you and you're maybe not quite as comfortable and you slept in a hotel bed and you had, crummy sausage for breakfast instead of your normal oatmeal. Like, I think there is something to that, but not to a massive extent. I think it's something that may tip the scale in one way or another, but it's not something that is monumental when your talent gap is so small.
Got it. We're with Joey Harrington, former Ducks quarterback here on The Fan, every Friday, courtesy of Mods PDX. And when we come back, I mean, it's hard to keep asking you, like with your worry meter. We love the patented Joey Harrington worry meter only here on 105.1 The Fan, but
exclusively.
They're 4 touchdown favorites again. So what can we learn from tomorrow's game in Chicago from Joey Harrington next on The Fan?
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
Well, you'll recall 3 to 4 weeks ago, the Ducks lost a receiver as Jerion Dickey left the team. Dan Lanning left the door open for him to return to the program. He will not. He is enrolled at Diablo Valley College in the East Bay area.
What?
Yep.
What college?
Diablo Valley College,
Well,
DVC.
maybe a place he can get on the field right now, and then obviously your goal is to try to get back.
He's already playing for them, so he can play this season and then go to another team next year.
I don't think he's going to try to make it a career there.
I wouldn't imagine.
Mods PDX, the future of building is here.
If you're considering new construction and want it done right and fast by a team
1 FM at 1080 AM.
All right, we're back with Joey Harrington. Is there a worry meter on this game? I know there are 4 touchdown favorites again, but, this is a better, it's a Big Ten opponent. It's on the road. What do you think?
I'm flying home, if that tells you anything.
You don't even care to stay and see it?
Yeah, like it to me, it's not even worth staying to see the game. I'll watch it on TV, and I'm literally in the city right now, and it's like, I have absolutely none. My only worry is like, what's the score going to be at halftime, and am I going to have to find something else to do for? I don't know. It's.
Are we going to learn anything tomorrow? Anything to watch?
I would like to see the continued development of Dante and DeCorian. Mm-hmm. I would really, that's what I'm watching for, right? Number one, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. What I was watching for, we'd talked about how incredibly efficient. We were so spoiled having 2 years of Bo Nix and then Dylan Gabriel, who are, you go look at the stats. I'm sure they're both top 10 in career completion percentage. It was literally every time they threw the ball, it was completed somewhere. It was so almost robotic. And not that Dante Moore was going to be a poor quarterback, but I definitely was looking or expected to see a little bit less efficiency, maybe a few more explosive plays, a few more shots, some maybe immature or, hey, I'm just going to chuck it kind of moments. That was what I was looking for from him. And what I've seen over the last couple of weeks has been very, I'm not going to say clinical yet, because the opponents haven't been up to par, but I've been very impressed. And not only have I been impressed with him, but I've been impressed the way that he's used DeCorian and the game that he had last week. God, what a perfect strike up the sideline, great route. I want to see that continue, right? Because that's the thing that's been missing from Oregon for ever.
Yeah,
literally forever. Have we had a first round pick at wide receiver?
I'm trying to think.
That's a good question.
If they have.
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
No, not off the top of my head. I'm jumping.
I don't think Oregon has ever had a first round wide receiver. And not that, we need to go ahead and anoint DeCorian Moore, but that's what Ohio State did to us in the Rose Bowl last year. Mm-hmm. That's what they've been able to do to people. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Scary Terry was a 4th round pick?
Yeah, something
Marvin
like that.
Harrison Jr., Jeremiah. You go down the list of all of these guys that have been Chris Olave. They just keep popping into your head, and that's what I want to. That's what's been missing from Oregon. We've been able to run the ball on anybody. Right? Our quarterback play has been exceptional, and we've done it without a true threat at wide receiver. So what I'm watching for is to see the continued development of Dante Moore and the way in which he uses DeCorian.
Yeah, because I think, and not just DeCorian, but I kind of want to see all the skill position players, not tight end, where tight end is, but both running backs and receivers, as this goes on, a general pecking order develop. It's great to do things by committee, but you are going to face the games where you kind of need a bell cow that you're going to lead on for 25 carries, or the guy that you're going to be like, hey, like you said, and it's probably DeCorian Moore, but Benson's had a nice season. Find the guy, and maybe it's Sadiq, but find the guy that Dante Moore, when you really get some resistance and teams are heating you up a little bit, that you're like, hey, we're giving this guy 12 targets and he's going to get 9 catches for 180. To finding that sort of, and these things sort themselves out when you do it by committee, but that's these next 2 weeks. By the time you hit Penn State, I would like to have a definitive running back rotation and kind of a pecking order at wide receiver.
I think that's fair.
There is one first-round wide receiver Oregon Duck.
Because I'm right now scrolling through.
I have them all right here.
And you got to go way back because I'm in like.
He was pick number 4. And yes, it is way back.
Because I'm in the 90s and
Big name.
Hold on.
Big name.
Oh, is it Ahmad?
Oh, Bobby Moore.
Yeah,
Ahmad
Bobby Moore.
Rashad, yeah.
Bobby, yep, Ahmad.
After him, the closest would be second-round pick Patrick Johnson. Oh, sorry.
Pat Johnson was a second-round pick.
Yeah,
That's
1998.
And then I was thinking of Demarius Thomas. Where did he go?
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Demarius Thomas. You mean Demetrius Williams?
Oh, Demetrius Williams. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
God, I'm so sorry.
Fourth
Demetrius
round
Williams.
pick.
Yes,
He was
fourth.
There is one third-round pick, 2014.
Josh, no.
Yep. You had it.
Huff?
Was it Josh Huff?
Yeah, Josh Huff. And then you have fourth-rounders. You have Troy Franklin, Sammy Parker, Demetrius Williams.
Well, was D'Anthony technically?
Really?
Was D'Anthony a receiver, or where did? Because he went in the 4th or 5th, and I don't remember.
He's not on here as a receiver.
Yeah, he might. I mean, he was kind of.
He was a
running back, sort of.
Scat back.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Gordon Kent. How about that? Remember that?
He was like in the 7th round, right?
6th.
He was 6th
I know
round.
that guy.
Took a flyer.
Yeah, you do. You do know that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Okay, so you're in Chicago. This is the last question. You're in Chicago. You didn't seem too high on Chicago. I love Chicago. I think it's a great city.
Oh, I love Chicago. No,
you
I
do.
just can't wait for you to stop talking so I can post up at a table here and grab a beer.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so
Get
real
to
quick.
Pequod's and get some pizza.
Top 3
Yeah.
U.S. cities according to Joey Harrington.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh. Portland's obviously out. I mean, that's a
Yeah, you
given.
can't.
That's yeah. You can't pick your home city.
And again, are you asking to live or to visit and hang
No,
out
I
for
just
a
think
week?
hang out. By the way, Salina, Kansas, you can't. It's not fair. You can't.
So you're
put
not
that-
saying live, you're saying visit.
Yeah,
Because those are different things.
I know. Well, we all live where we live. I'm saying like 3 best cities to, like U.S. cities to hang.
Ooh.
We're not moving.
Okay. So I am always a New York fan.
Okay, New York City.
New York City.
Good call.
Emily is a Chicago fan.
Okay.
Right. So I think and I know you're going to hate me for this, but I think you have to combine those as 1A and 1B because they're the 2 logical picks that are
Everything's there.
kind of, yeah, exactly. Okay. Then I'm going to throw in Austin, Texas.
Cool.
And I'm going to throw in ooh, God, but then there's New Orleans.
There you go.
Oh, that's
There you
Suke's
go.
favorite.
New Orleans is my. If we're going New
Okay.
York, LA is the 1A. Then right behind that is New Orleans. It's my
But
favorite.
see, LA, what is LA? LA is massive. Like,
Yes.
is LA like the entire? Do you count
get-
Santa Monica in
you
LA?
get
Do you
everything.
count okay, well that's not LA.
Well, but it is because you get everything because Disney's not LA, but you get it, and you can.
That's not LA. No, you don't get Disney with LA.
You
That's
get
not-
Disney if you go to LA. I was just in LA. We went to a Dodger game, and on a lark after the Dodger game, we were like, "You want to go to Disneyland?" We're like, "Yeah." And guess what? 30 minutes later, I was in Disneyland. That counts. It's Los Angeles.
Well, you know what? I was at dinner the other night, and then on a lark in Portland, I said, "Hey, you want to go to Enchanted Forest?" And you know what? We were there in 30 minutes, but that's in Salem. I'm sorry.
That's a good point.
Same city.
Dude, if you're in Portland, you get Happy Valley, you get Lake Oswego. It's Portland. You get it. It's why LA is probably one, or it's like New York. You go to Long Island, like New York and LA. There's just too much. It's easy. It's a layup. There's never something not cool to do in New York or LA.
Oh, I don't know. I say New York. I'm not talking about Long Island. I say New York. I'm not talking about Jersey. I'm not talking about I'm not talking going to the Meadowlands. I'm talking about in the city. I'm talking about Manhattan. I'm talking about New York City.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
I don't.
Well, you don't count. This isn't your interview.
But I love that he threw New Orleans because New Orleans is
It's a great city.
It's the best city to visit.
Too unique.
Yes.
It's too unique.
Yes.
Like there's so many great spots. I mean, you can literally be in the French Quarter. Or, you could go for a walk in Audubon Park in the morning. You could go to lunch down Magazine Street and hit the Warehouse District, and then be on Bourbon Street in the Quarter. Partying up, and then sneak down the street. And, I told you this the time we were just sitting there and Ellis Marcellus starts playing at the Jazz Club. It was like, and this is just like a Thursday, like every day of the week.
Hey, enjoy your beer in Chicago in your flight back and say hello to Ditka.
Ditka, yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm going to go have a beer right now.
Get to Portello's.
You guys.
All right, see ya. Thank you, Joey. Joey Harrington, courtesy of Mods PDX. The future of building is here. Up next, they got him. The Club on the Fan.
As the sun sets over Slabtown, in the shadows of the Fremont Bridge, a club comes to life where you can let your freak flag fly.
There's a new fiesta in the making as we speak. Full kegs. Everybody's gonna be there. You ought to go.
The only thing that's off limits are the words you can't say thanks to the FCC.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
We've given away too much to arrive at these political compromises. Yeah.
Google me, bitch.
Oh no, oh no.
Well, my.
Come on, Rob!
Thanks, Isaac and Newt.
Asada.
People saying Sacred Heart has diarrhea.
Okay, we apologize.
It's time for the club, baby, on 105.1 and 1080, The Fan. Hoo-wee.
Well, hello there.
Hi. I apologize for nothing, by the way.
What do you mean?
Just saying. I don't apologize.
We got the announcer in the open that says, okay, we apologize.
Oh, yeah.
Suk
yeah.
apologizes for nothing.
Yeah, I don't either. What do we have to apologize for?
A lot of people having diarrhea.
We're perfect.
Mr. Woodcock once said that apologies are for scripts and criminals, and I'm neither.
A lot of people saying
Which, by the
Sacred
way,
Heart has diarrhea.
Okay, we apologize.
That is not a good movie in any way, but there is about 20 minutes of it that you should watch. It's one of those movies it's just, if it comes on, the first 20 minutes of Mr. Woodcock are amazing. And then you need to watch like 4 other minutes throughout the whole movie.
I feel that way about Basketball. I love the inception of it, what they get going, but it's not a good movie.
If you don't know, that's with, who's the guy that plays Stifler?
Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott. And Billy Bob Thornton is a guy named Mr. Woodcock, who's a PE teacher, like in a small Missouri town. And Sean William Scott goes on to become a famous self-help author, and he comes back to town to like get an award. And he has to relive the trauma that Mr. Woodcock, his PE teacher, put him through. So the flashback scenes of Billy Bob Thornton as Mr. Woodcock teaching like 1980s gym in a small town are some of the best. It's some of the best comedy you will ever see in your entire life. And it makes me laugh every time. And then after that, the movie's just terrible.
Can I tell you that Billy Bob is in my top 3?
He is great.
All time.
Yes.
Like, I absolutely
All
love him.
time?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't like, I don't like Landman.
I don't either, but he makes that show.
But there's a part of me that once in a while, I'll turn it on just to watch.
Yeah, it's him. It's not a great show, but
it's not. The dialogue is terrible. But
Now, what's your favorite Billy Bob work?
That's the power of Billy Bob is you turn him on, he's mesmerizing.
Yes.
I loved him in the, and now I'm not going to remember the name of the show, but there's a TV show, and it was on Hulu, maybe? He was the star of it. He's kind of the same character in a lot of stuff. He's like this old,
and he's got this
drunken,
dry kind of wit about him.
He's the attorney. Did you see that show?
I don't.
No, I got to look it up.
I don't think so. I'm looking like at his filmography, and I agree with you. I really like him, but I also don't feel like there's that much stuff that you're like, oh yeah, great flick that he's done.
I don't know what you would see, and I disagree.
Goliath.
Watch
him in Goliath. He's great.
My favorite Billy Bob, and I don't even think it's close, and I do really like Billy Bob Thornton. The first season of Fargo.
Oh, yes.
Where he plays Malvo. He plays the bad guy.
That might be the best he's been.
I have contended that is a top 5 villain for me of
really good.
all time. It's amazing. If you just YouTube Fargo season 1, There Be Dragons. There's this amazing scene where, he plays a stone cold killer, that he gets pulled over by a cop in a stolen car. And he tells the cop, "You're going to let me go." And he intimidates the cop into letting him go, basically telling him, like, "I'm going to kill you." And he has this, and the cop basically says, "Why would I let you go?" And he looks at him and says, "Because on maps, there used to be a thing on a map that said, 'Don't go there, ye be dragons.'" And he looks at him like they dead eyes and says, "Just because it's not on the map anymore, it doesn't mean there aren't dragons." And he goes, "Years from now, when you're like kissing your daughter, good night, and tucking her in, you're going to think back to this night that you let me go." And then he rolls up the window and drives away. It's just, he is so good, and he's funny, and it is one of my all-time favorite performances, and
It's a great call.
It's an entire season of it.
All right, let's take a break.
And he was also really, I mean, he's had some good movies too. Sling Blade is where he kind of came.
That's kind of his most famous and most highly acclaimed.
He's great in that.
But I'm telling you, if you're ever sitting around and you're bored and you want something dumb and pointless that you don't have to finish, just watch Mr. Woodcock, and you can turn it off after 20 minutes, but I promise you, you will laugh really hard at Mr. Woodcock telling the kids to take a lap. Tells a kid to take a lap, and the guy's got asthma. He's like, I can hear you wheezing from here, and then wings a dodgeball at him.
He was pretty great in Bad Santa, too.
Yeah, Bad Santa was great.
He was wonderful as Bad Santa.
I thought that
Like,
movie was going to suck, and he made it really good.
That's the thing about him is none of this stuff we're talking about is like earth-shattering.
No.
But his performances in them are just top-notch.
Yes. He just, whatever he's in, he makes. He just has a presence about him that I really enjoy.
He's fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, when we come back, would you give up your kid?
Sure. I got 3 of them.
For a large monetary reward?
Again, I got 3. How much are we talking here?
Well, in this case, it was 100,000. But
no, you have to
crank it up a little bit.
You got to pay me more. $100,000. I can't even buy a kick-ass boat for $100,000. Get out of here.
Gonna need to crank off a little more than that.
Exactly. We need to crank off at least a few more.
That's next on The Fan.
New ownership is coming to Rip City.
The report this morning is that Tom Dundon, who is the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes, he's excited, he's buying the team, and he has no plans on moving them out of Portland.
What changes are on the horizon?
What I like about him is it sounds like he really wants to win, very competitive, and
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
He's not in it for just the money part of it.
No,
He's
he
a
wants to
sports fan. He wants to win.
Keep it on the Fan.
He basically confessed or implied that he did it to his family.
Yeah.
And his family went to their pastor.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What the hell?"
His dad's a sheriff.
Yeah.
But he went to the pastor, and then they told a family friend who is a sheriff, who then told the cops.
Yeah. And I guess the dad kind of detained him until the cops came, which
they set up a time for them to come get him.
I don't know. Is that better or worse than losing a kid? I can't fathom how hard that is to turn in your son knowing that's I'm
going to guess it's, I don't think there's anything, there's no better.
Yeah.
But I'm going to guess this slightly less worse.
Yeah.
Because he did commit a murder.
I know.
And if they find him on his own and he wants to fight his way out, maybe it just ends right there. So this, I guess, as a family could be the better of two awful situations.
There's just a million heartbreaks throughout this whole thing. And this is another one. I feel terrible for his parents that have to,
So would you give up your kid? In this instance, it was $100,000 reward.
So do they get that reward?
That's what I was going to ask. So, if you turn in your own family, do you get the...
Yeah, I don't want
I'm
that.
guessing that's a technicality.
I don't want that money.
I don't think you can
Nor
take
are
that.
you asking for it if you've done that. I wouldn't think.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, would you? Why not?
Hey, our kid's gone now, and we gave him to you. So where's that?
I guess
100K?
Do you try to do something good? Do you donate it to one of Kirk's charities? Do you say that you're going to need it to put your other siblings through therapy? I don't know. I can't even fathom what that.
Yeah, the FBI offered $100K.
Yeah, they put it up, and then I saw it was the dad that ended up turning him in. Although I guess I have tried to kind of stay away from this just because it's just so bad out there right now. Is the dad an actual police officer? Yes.
I read that the dad was a sheriff. You read that the dad was someone else and they told a sheriff?
Yeah, I thought there was another family member that was the sheriff who was the one that actually contacted the police. But I may be wrong. It's kind of unclear, honestly. I think they're still kind of piecing it all together.
And that's the part where I just am like, you know what? I'll check back in a week because it's just.
But hey, a lot of people getting fired out there.
Oh my God, man!
Losing their job.
It's just this is what I said. Remember a couple weeks ago with the whole Dave Chappelle thing. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just shut the F up. Like if you don't know what to say, or you're getting ready to say something, and you're like, hey, I wonder if I should say this. Take Dave Chappelle's advice. Shut the F up. Like your opinion being thrown out there on your Facebook post or on your Twitter, your big controversial opinion that's about to rock the world one way or another. Yeah, all that's going to do is just get you in trouble. Or I had someone that said literally there's 2 or 3 people people that he considered friends. He goes, I can never look him in the eyes again. All because you decided that you're gonna shock the world with your sweet, awesome post. Just
did you know that the employee at McDonald's who reported Luigi Mangione, you know that guy?
Yeah, did he get the reward?
He or she, I don't know if it was a male or female.
They.
They. They may not, because it was $60,000 for any tips leading to Luigi's arrest.
Yeah,
and they didn't submit the tip through the designated hotline.
So is this one of those things? Do we really try to nickel and dime and weasel our way out of paying rewards?
Probably, and that's crappy.
That's crappy.
The FBI requires a nomination by an investigating agency to process rewards. This employee called 911, which doesn't qualify for the specific reward program rules.
Come on. The killer was in your restaurant and you called the emergency line and that doesn't count?
I mean, technically to them it doesn't, but I'm sure that, that's bad PR. Such a big case, they'll pay them.
Yeah, I would assume, unless it's some sort of insurance thing that, you have to go through, specific things. I don't know, where does that money come from? I don't know where the money comes from.
And by the way, the local sheriff's office in Utah said there was a rumor going around that his father was a sheriff. They said a sheriff was involved in turning him in, but that person was not connected or related to the 22-year-old.
Oh, not connected or related.
All right.
So yeah, he was not connected to. I heard he was a family friend.
I guess that would be connected.
That
right?
wouldn't be connected.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you're just a family friend. He
Yeah.
wasn't a family.
Yeah,
member.
so he knew the dad, and
knew
then
the
he's
dad,
the one who
whatever.
turned him in.
Yeah.
At any rate, that thing's wild.
Yeah, it's and like I said, there's just so much information flying around right now, and half of it ends up being a load of crap. And just honestly, man, I have not seen people this on edge and fired up in a long time, and quite frankly, I think it's kind of scary.
I got two things. One, do you think it should be illegal to post videos like that of someone's death? Because that was out there instantly.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I know it's been out there. I don't know if it still is or if somebody got it down.
Yeah, it's
but
out there.
Should that be? I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because that's a whole First Amendment thing, and so
is it?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
someone
it absolutely
else,
is.
It is absolutely a thing. It's.
You film someone else's death?
Yeah, I mean that's.
It might be unsavory, but it's not
you
illegal.
It's unsavory, but it's not illegal. I mean, you capture something on video, it's your video, and.
And the other one is the video game subculture. They kept talking about. I was reading about this Robinson kid, and he was and there's some old classmates of his from high school that are talking and saying he was just that kid who was always on Reddit or in the video game subcultures on the internet. Like he didn't have any friends. Like he was just that type of kid. We need to start looking at how that contributes to these types of incidents, because it seems to me, and this may be wrong, it probably is, but the thing that's kind of wild to me is some of these guys like Mangione and this kid and even the Trump shooter, they don't seem that radical, right? Or that sort of...
But they fit a profile.
They do, but they don't seem... But it's a new profile is what I'm saying.
And they're not the kids that you would be like, oh, for sure he'd be the one who would do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's getting a little more gray, it seems. And that may be wrong, but it just seems to me. And I just wonder if the video, like that whole subculture, internet subculture...
I think the internet has... I mean,
has a big thing to do with it.
Yeah, I was listening to something, and it was actually... It wasn't this. It was... I mean, I hate to say this, but it was like 6 mass shootings ago. And I was listening to someone who was on a podcast that is a... Oh, what do you get? He's like a... I'm trying to think what he was like a threat analyst, I mean, this is like what he does. And he was talking about this, and one of the things that he pointed to is it's easier than ever to become one of these, and at the same time there should be signs if people are paying attention. And he said that almost every one of these shootings that occur, and he mentioned the kid that shot the president, like he just went through school shooters, like on and on. Almost no one comes out of nowhere, and that was his thing.
Yeah.
We have this idea of the lone wolf gunman, that there's never any signs and they pop up and they shoot, and he goes, it's just not the case. He said there are almost always credible signs, and people know. We never want to make the jump that person could do that. And so that's kind of...
Or it's never like that clear.
But
It's just there are signs, but it's not that clear. It's many times much more gray.
Yes, but he said that most of these things fit a pattern, and either we don't want to recognize the pattern, or we're not educating ourselves on what the pattern is. He said a lot of times even like authorities, not in this case, but like sometimes even authorities and people are aware that this person has been problematic. And he went all the way back to Columbine, and the police actually visited the house.
I remember that.
Of both of those kids.
I know.
And he says you'd be amazed at how many times, and that's
That
why
happens.
that happens.
So what are we missing then? Like, what does he say? Like, is it that if you see one sign, we have to be more aggressive?
Yeah.
Or is it like, what is it?
He talks about that, like the prevention, that this stuff, because there's so much of it, and he said the challenge with it is because of the online community now and how big it is, you're literally sorting through millions and millions and millions.
What are real threats and what are people just talking ass?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he said it's really hard to sift through that. But he said that it kind of does ultimately fall on friends, families, or people in those communities. And he said a lot of these guys will go like on Discord chats or with roommates or something, and they literally talk about potentially doing these things. And some of these people in these like internet groups and whatever, either they don't take it seriously, sometimes they even cheer them on.
That's the thing, they fire them up.
And they think it's kind of like a ha-ha sort of thing, and then they always say the same thing, well, I never thought he would do it until they do it. But he just it was really interesting. He was on there for like 2 hours, and he just talked about that the internet has made this a challenge like nothing we've seen, and that the way we respond to this has just been so slow to catch up to all of the different ways.
Well, in some ways it's helped, though, because it gives us a trail.
Yes.
But the other element I think he's saying is, like, people that are close to these people have to say something.
Yes.
Otherwise, we can't.
Yes.
We can't snuff it all out.
I'm trying to remember which one he brought up, but, again, this was several months ago that I listened to this, and there's actually been so many. But he brought up one where, I wish I could remember which one it was, but, like, the family like took this kid shooting like all the like they like it was a.
Well, it sounds like that was the case here.
Yeah, like they like a lot of these kids are raised with guns, and it's like it has become part of their life, and it's like one of the things that they hold on to. And then like he brought up that when they kind of get older and they become disenfranchised or whatever, or they kind of become lonely or whatever, and they kind of that's the one thing that they still have. And he said that's like kind of a dangerous. It's a dangerous pull, but because they come from families that guns are kind of such a big part of their life, that sometimes the family and the community around them and that gun don't want to admit that someone that was raised like this or someone that they taught how to shoot, those are viewed as very positive traits. And he's saying that sometimes the loved ones around him don't realize that is really dangerous, that if you have someone that's lonely, isolated, that's acting different, whatever, the fact that they own and know how to use guns and that gun has been part of their life and it becomes a bigger part of it, that should be a warning sign that maybe those people don't, because they don't view guns that way.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I've got poop news coming up next.
There's a change of directions.
Yeah. Boy, this is going to terrify you.
A lot of people saying Sacred Heart has diarrhea.
Not good.
Yeah, it's diarrhea news.
Ooh.
But first, here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan, some troubling injury news for the Seahawks as they get ready to head to Pittsburgh on Sunday. Rookie safety Nick Emenwari has been ruled out, while cornerback Devin Witherspoon is doubtful. Our coverage starts here on the Fan at 8 a.m. Sunday, kickoff at 10 on Fox. Hawks are catching 2.5 points on the road. Meanwhile, the Oregon Ducks are in Chicago tomorrow, taking on Northwestern, where they are 4-touchdown favorites over the Wildcats. That one starts at 9 a.m. our time on the big noon kickoff. Our coverage here on the Fan beginning at 6 a.m. with Ducks game day. Meanwhile, in college football tonight, Indiana just got finished taking the Indiana State Sycamores behind the woodshed. 79-0 the final in that one. Syracuse up 45-10 on Colgate. A good one going in Houston as the Houston Cougars up 16-14 on Colorado at the half. And Arizona and Kansas State have just gotten going as well. I guess they're both Wildcats. The Arizona Wildcats up 7-3 in the first quarter. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 a.m.
This is Rick Jones of Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Child custody is the most emotional issue our clients face.
Third is...
And it really should, because first shouldn't, because no one slides into first.
You can slide head first.
You can, but people don't really.
When you're sliding into third and you feel a juicy turd,
Mm-hmm.
diarrhea.
God.
But I don't know what second would be when you're sliding into second. Like what rhymes with? Yeah, I don't. Sliding into second and I got nothing.
While chlorine is the go-to germ killer.
Yeah, go into a pool area sometime, like a Great Wolf Lodge.
It doesn't work instantly.
Oh no.
Some nasty germs can survive in treated water for minutes or even days, turning a refreshing swim into a risky dip. And the threat is growing. Outbreaks of waterborne illnesses tied to pools and other recreational venues are on the rise, especially those caused by a resilient parasite that's waiting to crash your summer plans with a case of watery diarrhea.
Well, summer's over, right? We're into the fall.
I think you're good.
Yeah, we're fine.
But this states...
But indoor pools are year-round.
That's true.
I accept the fact that if you... Maybe this is me. If you go to a public pool, if you go to a Wild Waves, if you go to a Great Wolf Lodge, aren't you just accepting that you're going to leave with diarrhea? I think that just
Really?
comes... Yeah.
Oh.
It's like if
I'm not.
If you eat at a Chinese place where there's some sort of illegal panda fighting going down, guess what? You're walking away with E. coli. That just comes with the territory. You think you're not picking up something at a Great Wolf Lodge?
Well, something, yes. Diarrhea?
Oh, yeah.
No.
That's part of it, man.
The germ that causes watery poopy can survive chlorinated water for 10 days.
Whoa!
They have learned.
So what happened? Like at Great Wolf, I've been there with my kids where they do like a code like 41 and everyone has to get out of the pool because someone took a dump in it. And then you're out of the pool for like an hour and then they bring you back in.
Yeah, all good.
According to the CDC, the average swimmer introduces 8 million microbes in a single drop of spit, 140 billion microbes from feces, up to 2 cans worth of sweat, and a full cup of urine.
Awesome.
All of those substances mix with chlorine to form chloramines, a chemical byproduct that can irritate your eyes and lungs and give off that strong pool smell most people wrongly associate with cleanliness.
Yeah, we've talked about that. When you walk into those places and you're like, oh my God, there's so much chlorine. No, there's so much piss.
Yes.
And it's activating with the chlorine to burn your eyes.
It's a common myth that a strong chlorine smell is a good sign of a clean pool.
Wrong.
In fact, it may actually be a red flag that means the opposite, that the water is contaminated and should perhaps be avoided.
Literally every public pool you've ever been in has that. Every single one.
Well, chlorine can kill many germs instantly.
Yeah.
Or in under a minute, but some germs, they're far more stubborn like hepatitis A.
Awesome.
Yeah. It can survive in a chlorinated pool for 16 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
That's terrifying.
That is terrifying. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
So let's just say, and it's not even that someone poops. Let's just say that they have this.
Yeah.
They go to the bathroom. They don't wash their hands, and they drop their hands into the pool, or when they're in the pool. You know what I mean?
I didn't even think about that.
It doesn't even have to be from their
their
butt.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the poo hands. Is there enough on the poo hands to like get?
It says there are.
Look, this is one of those things that I think it's best if you just don't know.
We didn't need that story, did we?
No, I think it's honestly one of those where it's just
God.
This needs to be a. Like, do you really want to know? Like,
no.
Yeah, like when you go to a restaurant and not a nice one, do you really want to know what's going on back there? Do you really want to know who's cooking your food? Because I don't think that you do. I really don't.
We were talking about it this week. Do you want to know what your Taco Bell meat is made of, or you just want to have your
I just
want to
not eat at Taco Bell.
That's true. You go to a hotel, do you really, don't be one of those persons that's like, hey, do you know what? Yeah, I know what's in the hotel. Shut up.
Did you bring a black light? Check out what's on if you see the black light.
I understand.
Ooh, the black light thing.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm terrified of that.
Yeah, don't.
I don't want that.
You just don't.
Yeah.
I'm going to shove a burrito in my ass.
You just accept the fact that occasionally you're going to catch something and your stomach's going to feel a little funky. And you live to fight another day, man. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You don't want to know. You really don't. It's just sometimes it's better to go through life a little ignorant.
I agree.
And I think this is one.
That's why I love not being smart.
One of those times.
That's great.
Just
all right.
But yes, that that pool thing is horrific.
Just wanted to disseminate that
Yeah.
before you all left for the
Hopefully,
weekend.
yeah. Hopefully, you're heading out to a public pool in the near future. Don't do that. If you don't have kids, there's no reason to be in a public pool. None.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
All right. We'll wrap it up next on The Fan.
Dirt and Sprague. Dirt and
lot of people
saying Isaac Rupp has diarrhea. Nice, he has to go to the bathroom again. No, Rupp had to bolt it's like a whopping 4 minutes early.
Shame.
And yeah.
Hey, it's me, Petey the Peppy Penis.
So, I am watching this enthralling Houston Colorado game, 16-14 rock fight. Now, are you officially screwed in your?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so the Dirty Dog teaser is dead because I needed Indiana to stay within 52, or excuse me, Indiana State to stay within 52.5.
Yeah.
They lost 73-0.
How many points were you getting in that?
95 total. I got 52.5 in that, and I got 42.5 on Colgate.
You were getting, and it didn't matter which way they go. You got 92 total points.
95,
and you couldn't make it work.
That's right.
That hurts.
Yeah.
That stings. that really
52.5 is a big number. Who goes and covers 52.5?
Yes.
Apparently Signetti does. Google him.
Well, that's the part that bothers me about that clown. Like, really? Like that's
Yeah, you duck real opponents and then you like really flex on the Indiana States of the world. How impressive.
Yeah, dude, you're the number 20-something team in the country. You made the college football playoff last year, and you started off with Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State. I hope Illinois drops an old-fashioned ass beating, and I hope Oregon runs it up and beats you by 7.
And by the way, they're supposed to play Virginia Tech, and Virginia Tech sucks. You should have just banked that game and beat them.
Yeah. I just I can't do anything with that.
But a couple good ones going. I mean, I think the Arizona K-State one could be good. It's close right now, and so is Houston and Colorado.
And then tomorrow we got the Duckies.
Yes, we
got the
do.
Duckies. What time? Do you know what time our coverage starts?
6 a.m. So usually we start a full 4 hours before kick, but because it's such an early one, we're not coming on the air at 5 a.m. No, we're coming on the air at 6 a.m., 3 hours before kick, and then we will have an extra hour of postgame on the back end.
Oh, there you go. All right. So we got a nice little weekend for you.
Yep.
And then good NFL slate.
Seahawks on the Fan starting at 8 a.m. on Sunday.
There you go. And in all seriousness, before we were talking during the break, and we've kind of largely avoided the Charlie Kirk thing here because it's just such a hot button topic right now. But we're sitting here. We got a couple minutes, before we got to sign off. You know what? I just want to take a second to tell people who's ever still listening as you go about your weekend. Because you or Rob were talking about like, well, I heard this and I heard that, and I heard he was this and I heard he was that, and you guys were, it wasn't like an argument or whatever,
No.
but it was like you guys were having this. Well, I thought this is what he wrote on the bullets or this. There is so much information flying around right now, and there's so many people that are angry, and there's so many people that are sad, and there's so many just awful things being thrown out right now in the face of an awful tragedy. I don't care what side you're on. A young father lost his life, and as someone who knows what it feels like to have to go home and tell your kids that a parent isn't coming home, I swear to God, I don't care what side you're on. You don't want to ever have to face that. And now you have parents that have to go and deal with the fact that their son did this. And so I just want to take a moment here and just tell everyone, dude, just sign off this weekend. Take 48 hours. I'm telling you, all this stuff will be there next week on Monday, right? There's going to be so much information that's going to be coming out over the next 2 weeks.
It'll be there anytime you want it.
And it'll be there. And we'll have a more complete picture of where he got the rifle, or where he did this, or where he did that, or what was written down, or what was his internet. Wait for this to kind of sort itself out, and then you can make your judgment from there, right? And when you actually have real facts. But what's happening right now is just everyone, again, not wanting to take responsibility. It's your fault. No, it's my fault. No, you did this. No, you did this. It's because of this, and it's because of that. And you're saying this, and you're saying that. And these people over here, just take a break. Take a break from it. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't do any good to be this angry.
Everyone's upset with each other right now.
And it's just this weird powder keg right now, and it scares the living hell out of me. We had people that were saying some awful, nasty stuff on our chat because we didn't talk about it the day it happened. We were like, you know what? Let's just not touch this today. And we had people that were angry about that. And then when you do say something, people are angry about that. And I got friends on the right and I got friends on the left, and they're angry about this and they're angry about that. Just take a break this weekend. Hug your kid. Take your wife on a date. Just go for a walk somewhere. Play fetch with your dog. Shut down Instagram. Shut down your Twitter. Watch the Ducks. watch whatever team you want. Watch the Beavs. Whatever it is, just take a break and take a deep breath.
Very well said.
Because it's scary, and I'm legitimately concerned.
Yeah, collectively, we are reacting more and more extremely to each other, and it's not good for any of us.
So, to my friends on the right, that some of my deepest friends that I've had for 20 years that are right, I love you, and I hear you. And to some of my friends on the left that I have that are very left, that have been my friends for 20 years, I love you, and I hear you. And we're not that different. And we can agree to disagree sometimes without hating each other, without threatening each other, without it turning into something that has to be the world's worst thing, because there's enough of that. So that's just my final thing as we sign off.
Love it.
Take a break, man. Take 48 hours, take a deep breath, and hug someone, and call someone that maybe doesn't agree with you and tell them in your life that you love them and you respect them and you miss them. You've been listening to Primetime. We'll catch you Monday, 3 o'clock.